all hear me. Looks like we got some people in the chat box right away. Lord, some of you has done hit me up with $22.98 already. I bet it won't let me. Oh, there's one. Yeah, there it is. Michael Strunk hit me with 99 cents. Thank you, Michael. There's my man Curtis Large, Catfish Club member. $1.99 has just made my day. And there's Tom Ian with $20. Says, glad to see the weather picking up. Good luck today. Thank you so much. There's April Mills. Says, I'm going to catch a world record flathead fishing with squirrel. There's William Apple, Catfish Club member. Anthony Clifford. I can see you all. Can you see and hear me? Bryce House, $10 says, are you on Watts Bar? I'm not. I'm on Fort Loudon today. Art Vance, Matthew Bonadies, I'm sorry. All right, there's some people saying yes. All right, good. There's Palmetto Cast. What's up, Kevin? There's my mom. All right, well, y'all can see me and hear me. Let's see if we can catch some fish today. There's Haslife. He said that kayak catfish hat brought me good luck. Heck yeah, man. Sweet doggy. That's awesome. There's Art, 1 Ton Fishing Club. It's great to meet you at CatCon. It's nice meeting you too, buddy. Anthony Clifford. All right, guys, so we out here. I got the lines cast out. We skipjack's what we're going with today. I had some lines behind me trolling on the way up through here to get to this spot. Picked up 2 skipjacks, so that's the freshest bait I got. That's what we're going with. I do have some scraps in my cooler in addition to skipjack. I got some shad. I've got some yellow bass. Those are a couple days old. I got some fresh skipjack last night, and then I picked them 2 up here today. So I just went ahead and took 1 skipjack and made 4 baits out of it. We got a head, 2 midsections, and a tail. I'm becoming a believer in the tail, y'all. I've been doing okay with them lately. So the tail is here. We've got a midsection, the head, and another midsection. Just got fan casted out here. We got a big flat here that drops off to the main channel. My regular viewers, you saw me fish this spot in a recent video and had a pretty good day. And I thought, well, it's a warm day out here, man. It's in the 70s today. Feels hot because we've been so used to the cold. And I thought these fish, maybe they're up on the flat today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll either catch them or we won't. But that's the setup, y'all. CP Outdoors says, catch a golly whopper. Thank you, CP. $9.99, man. I love it. We're going to be fishing with the golly whopper rods, even if we don't catch a golly whopper. There's Marvin Mangum, John Lone. There's Gary Wormy Rich. Roger Ellis, a shout out OKC for me. All right, there it is, man. What I'm going to try to do is pull a chunky cats here, y'all. I'm going to try to sit. Let's see if y'all, boy, do you see that? Well, I about flipped over backwards going down this hill. That'd been one for the show. I may have to reposition here. I'm going to try to fix it to where y'all can see the rods. I got the clickers on, but I can still see the comment box here. All right. Let me scroll back up here and do some chatting today while we wait on these old fish. There's Dale Hayslip, Steve Kelly, Hunt God TTV loves me. Well, that's sweet of you. I can't say I love you too, because you might be a psycho and I don't know you. Or you might be a really hot woman and my girlfriend will get pissed off. You know, I can't be saying words like love. You know, that's strong words. How about I like you very strongly? There's Kelly Johnson, says, love your videos. I'm always in East Tennessee. My mother-in-law lives there. Well, I hope you like your mother-in-law. Stephen Roth in the house, said, hitting a big Mississippi tomorrow. Good luck, man. Steve Stanton, William Apple says fun sizers are better today. I hope so. Let me scroll down here. Richard Martinez says, good afternoon. Today was a great mail day. I got my golly whopper. Heck yeah, man. Thanks for buying it, buddy. I hope you like it. Matthew says, I hear Tennessee cats aren't as good as Hoosier cats. I ain't never caught a Hoosier cat, so I'll take your word for it. I know you wouldn't lie to me. Roger Boland says, watching with a friend today, hoping to get him into your channel. Best of luck. Well, thanks, Roger. Look at that right there. Boy, the warm weather brought them things out like mosquitoes. I saw my buddy Eric Romine's fishing YouTube channel. He'd been out here bass fishing today, and he was going back to the launch as I was coming up. I stopped and talked to him, and he said he filled up with gas today. It was over $4 a gallon here. And that's bad news for everybody, but the one positive, if there is a positive that comes out of high gas prices, is that these houseboats and the wakeboarders and the bass boats that run 90 miles an hour, it sure puts a hurting on them. Let me scroll back up here. I've missed some super chats, I think. There's Howard Kersey, $3 super sticker. Thank you, Howard. That's nice of you, sir. Thank you so much. Thomas Burgess says, roll tide. It can roll on down to Alabama. We don't like your kind around here, Thomas. We all vol around here. There's my man Brian Forrest and his horse named Toby. Flat Rock Flathead says, got me one of the golly whopper rods at CatCon. Nice to meet and talk to you. Hey, man, thanks for buying the rod, and appreciate you stopping by the booth. Hey, there's Jackson. Jack's Fishing TV, $9.99 says, what's up, bud? About to go fish for striper soon. Awesome, man. Thank you for the super chat. I hope you get on them. There goes another one of them bass boat skeeters right there. I'm trying to do the chunky cat, you know, touch my feint. I can't. He's coordinated. I'm not. It's live streaming. Looking behind, I have a whole new respect for the weatherman and meteorologist. You can't call them weathermen. I have a whole new respect for the meteorologists now. When they got that green screen behind them and they're pointing out, this is Knox County about to get hit with rain, and I couldn't do it. Lost my spot too. Where's Jackson's comment? There it is. All right. Let me scroll on down. John Long says I should come up there to Philadelphia for some flatheads. Well, you never know where I might end up. I got some stuff coming up here pretty soon. William Apple, a Catfish Club member, says, Charlotte Apple says hi, and she loves catfishing with Justin. Well, shout out to Charlotte. Thanks for watching, Charlotte. Steve Carter says, first time catching one of your live feeds. You're going to be disappointed, Steve. You're going to be disappointed. I catch some fish in the lives, but I seem to jinx myself every time I turn it on. There's Michael Hunt from Missouri. Jason Tancredi says, hey, great videos, Justin. Any tips for the new kayak angler on a budget wanting deep waters? Well, the best thing that's going to save you money if you're getting into kayak fishing is to buy used. Avoid the big box brand kayaks. They're junk. They won't last. You'll be miserable, uncomfortable. They're unstable. Spend a little more and get you a good quality used kayak. Now, when you buy used, they typically come with accessories, things like fish finders, rod holders, all that stuff. Those things cost money if you buy them new, but typically when you're buying a used kayak, they don't add anything extra to the value. So you can usually get fully rigged kayaks with everything you need for, several $100s less, and they're just a year or two old. People bought them, put them in the garage, never use them, they sell them. So that'd be my best piece of advice for you. Getting that used market. Let me skip on down here, y'all. I've had some super chats. Howard Kersey said I missed his super chat sticker. I think I caught it. You probably commented and then I saw it after the fact. I get a little behind sometimes, Howard. This chat box is scrolling on me. I got Matt Holacek, 1999. He said, "What's up, Justin? Hope all is well. Congrats on all the success." Thank you, Matt. And Matt always loves for me to give a shout out to the troops, especially this time right now when the world's all on edge. Who knows what's going to happen here in the coming days and weeks. So shout out to all the troops out there doing their part to keep us safe. And thank you so much, Matt. We got another one down here. There's there's Kayak Mike. What's up, Kayak Mike? Glenn Meadows, Weston Hoover from Kansas. Vivi Saldana, 1999, my truck driving friend, Vivi. He says, "Hello there, buddy. I'm so sorry. I've probably lost a lot of your live videos for a couple months now. I got sick with COVID and wasn't doing good, but thank God I'm back on track. And here I am, buddy, on the road again." Well, man, I'm sorry you've been sick, and I hope you're doing better, man. You ain't missed much the last couple months. I ain't hardly posted many videos. I ain't been going live either. You know, when the fishing's bad for me, it seems like the audience tunes out in the winter months, and it just ain't worth fooling with. But we're about to get it back going here again as we get on into spring. Thank you for watching, Vivi. Kelly Johnson says she does like a mother-in-law. It's in Sweetwater. Yeah, it's just down the road. Mike Wheeler says, "When is Nick calling it quits at Alabama?" I wish about 10 years ago. I wish he'd hang it up or go back to the NFL, do something besides whoop us every year. Yak Nasty says, "Need to come down to Texas." I'm planning on it, buddy. Russell Smith says the same thing. Yeah, I'm looking at this fall for Texas. I'd like to get down there when my video views start to decline again in September, and I can, because going to Texas, that's about a 2-day trip driving time. So that's, when you got to drive 2 days somewhere and 2 days back, that's a lot of time to be lost during the peak spring and summer months when I got to be cranking out the content on YouTube. But this fall, it's a good time for me to go. I'm hoping to finally make it happen. I got a lot of fishing I need to do out there in Texas. April Mills says, "I'm 12. A boy and I live in Knoxville, Tennessee. My name is Rush. Can I fish with you soon?" You fishing with me right now, Rush. You watching me live fishing here. We're fishing together. Oh, here we go. Glenn Cunningham, $10. His wife's going to love that. It says, "Good luck. Snag a golly whopper on one of those golly whoppers and say my name right." Glenn's wife loves the way I say Glenn. I met them up there at CatCon. They're good people. There's Matt Holacek. It says, "Been a member for 5 months. He's been with me from the beginning of this membership drive here." He says, "Everyone hit that like button, smash the subscribe button. Every one of those helps support the channel." Absolutely. Thanks for sticking with me so long, Matt. Brian Forrest said he's up my way last weekend at Pigeon Forge. I ain't been up there since the fall. There's Michael Strunk, $1.99 says, "What depth are we out today?" About 40-ish feet. There's a big flat out there behind me, and we've got some baits just kind of sporadic out through there. Water level, we got all that rain, and it brought our water level up to Summer Pool, and they've really been moving it, and it's back down now several feet. They about got loud and dropped back down to Winter Pool. Watts Bar's still up to Summer Pool right now, so they moving this water through. We got a bunch of rain. Black Magic Woman says, "Catch any cats yet?" Not yet. I just got my lines cast out right before I went live. Paul Ledford says, "Yeah, boy, golly whopper time. Let's see a pig, brother." We're going to try, Paul. I'm going to fish till 6:30 tonight out here. Catfishing Chaos says, you doing any online tournaments this year? I'm actually in one right now. Well, I'm in one. We ain't scored no fish today if I catch any, because I didn't bring my board and I ain't got no way to take a picture while I'm live on the phone. But yeah, I'm in a slot tournament there with online catfish tournaments. Used to be KCT, now it's OCT. Kayak Mike runs it. There's Howard Kersey with another super sticker. $3. Thank you, Howard. I appreciate that, man. Logan Wigglesworth said you should do a collab with Thai Pig Patrol and get an alligator gar. Yeah, that'd be fun. That's what I want to catch out there in Texas, alligator gar. It's on the bucket list. I'm going to try to make that happen this year. There's Coach Shane. Mac Young, yeah, we're on the bank today. There's Paul, 1999. He said, them pigs are better to watch. Alta Pig Catcher is on the water. Good luck and tight lines tonight, buddy. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that super chat, man. Jay Rotten says, left rod is down. You lying to me. I can see it there on the screen. Nice try. There's Callie, $20. K&K Fishing Adventures. So just started my break at work. I've been telling all the fishermen I know about your golly whopper rods. Doing my best to get you more sales. Only 1.5 to 2 more months until I got open water. Catch a big one. Well, thank you, Callie. That's nice of you. I appreciate you buying the rod. I hope it brings you some good luck out there if it ever thaws out. There's Philip Highland, $10. Says, how about that weather this weekend? Tear them up. Let's see some sumo catfish. Well, thank you, Philip. The weather here this week, man, it's perfect out here today. I mean, it's actually a little warm today. I'm sweating. It's mid-70s out here, sunny, just beautiful. Been a long winter, and it's nice to have a day like this. There's Brian B. in the house. Met him up there at CatCon too. He's another good dude. Zachary Renier just got off the lake and didn't catch anything. Well, I hope we do better than that, Zachary. Hopefully we can get one on here. What we got? Russell Smith says, you ever have anyone fish with you? Yeah, man, I got several videos on the channel. I've done some collabs. I got some friends that join me in the live stream sometimes. Welcome to the channel, Russell. Campfire Fishing says, using the adjustable rod, I am. I got the bank extensions on today. So they're 8 foot right now with a longer handle, so I can get some longer casting distance. I got some, make some taller up off the kayak so I can walk that rod right there and the one right over there. I can walk under them to get to the other rods when needed. Them adjustable rods, they're a big help. Got the Fishy Boy says, what line do you have spooled on your reels? Right now I got Zebco Cajun line. I don't really like it, but I was trying it out. Very stiff line. I like that Trilene Big Game a lot better. Let me scroll on down here. We got Anthony Clifford says, am I still a member of the club? It looks like it, man. I see that little icon there by your name. Indiana Metal Detective says, my favorite fisherman. Well, thank you. Campfire Fishing said that rod from CatCon was awesome. Never seen anything like it before. That was the goal. We wanted a rod that was, different, because I fish different. And a lot of you's out there watching fish different. And we needed something that serves our needs, not just the rod company's pocketbooks. So it's been a big hit so far. We've had a lot of positive response from it. There's Riley Taylor, $20. Thank you, Riley. Says, love to see you out and about, my friend. Starting to get warmer here in West Texas. Plan on taking the kayak out and fish this weekend. Have fun and stay safe. Well, thank you, Riley. And good luck this weekend. Hope you tear them up. We got Brother Nature Fishing, new Catfish Club member. It says, good afternoon, Justin. I'm on my way to the lake to get some cats myself. Good luck. Hope you get on them. There's Kayak Mike, $5. Says, OCT will be giving away a golly whop. I can't even say the name of my own rod. How bad is that? I'm butchering it, Mike. OCT will be giving away a Golly Whopper rod at every Ohio catfishing trail event 2022. Check out the OCT Facebook group for trail info. That is correct, y'all. Kayak Mike up there at CatCon got 6 rods, and he's running, not only does he run the online catfishing tournaments, which is now not just kayak tournaments, it's also bank and boat divisions too. But he has started an Ohio in-person trail up there, which is going to be really cool. I think there's a lot of kayak cat fishermen too, up in Ohio. So I think it's a really good thing, and he's going to be giving away a rod at every event. So it's worth signing up for just to get one of them rods. I may be a little biased, but that's my opinion. We got Bob. I'm going to have to take these glasses off so I can see this screen. He's a glare. Bob Fan, new Catfish Club member. Thank you, Bob. Glad to have you, man. Michael Davis going to be out on the James River tomorrow in the land of the giants, man. Tear them up. Brother Nature Fishing, $10. On my way to the lake myself. Wish me luck. I think I just read your other comment up there, Brother Nature, but thank you for the super chat. I'm behind on the comments, y'all. I'm behind. There's Palmetto Cats. There's Callie back with another 20 spot. Says, we get a week off 20 to 30 degree weather and then get a week of below zero weather. Wow. Might be a long transition from winters. Boy, it will. I don't know how y'all do that cold weather. I still don't. After it's been warm here this week, next week it'll be lows in the 40s, you know, and it'll feel like it's frigid again. There's Nick. I don't know how to say your last name, Nick. I ain't even going to attempt it. He says taking a trip here in CT to the Santee Cooper Lakes at the end of the month. Well, good luck, man. I hope you, he says, any flathead tips for that area? I ain't never caught a flathead on Santee. They're in there. They're in Marion, I know. But all the fish I've caught there has been blues. Rex says, I just got my Golly Whopper fishing rods yesterday. How are they for dragging baits? They're real good for dragging. The tip on them's very good for dragging. So I think you'll like it. And two, the nice thing about the adjustable handles are, you know, I like the short handle when I'm suspending baits in the kayak, but if you're dragging and you're wanting to get a little bit more distance between your rods and your baits, you can put on one of the bigger handles and spread your baits out a little farther. So it's real helpful for that. I'm going to have to go get my other glasses, y'all. We got comments coming in everywhere. We got super chats rolling through. We got the Tits McGee over here on the pontoon. I can't see a damn thing because I got the polarized glasses and you can't see the screen with them. Thankfully, I think I got my other glasses here. Bear with me. Get here in my bag. I got somewhere in here. There's my tournament identifier, even though we don't have a board to measure them on right now. All right, we're almost back in business here. For those of you that stuck with me here while I got my non-polarized glass. We had a run. Hang on, fish. Hang on, I gotta get my glasses on. I gotta get my glasses on and get this back here in the chest. He's got it. Yep, he's on there. We're hooked up. First one, y'all. No, he just come free. Well, we had one. We had a bite at least. That's progress. Let's see if we still got bait on here. That's all I needed, y'all. I needed to get up and change sunglasses and trigger a bite. Yeah, he left the bait on. That's kind of him. Little tease. All right. fishing again. Let's get it back over here and get in the rod holder, and then I'm going to try to figure out where I left off on the chat box. False alarm. We'll get to next one. I don't ever do good with the hookups on them clickers, but I sure do like hearing them go off. It's exciting. Get that line tied again. There we go. All right. I think we're back in business now. I still can't see that daggone screen. That sun's high in the sky there, making it hard on me. Hell, I think these non-polarized glasses made it worse. Where did I leave off? I'm taking the glasses off. We're rolling with it. We're going glassless here. All right, there's Callie's comment. Laurel H, 20 spot. Thank you, Laurel. Says, hey, thanks for your shout outs to the veterans. Go Army. Absolutely. Go Army. And go Navy, go Air Force, go Marines. No bias on my part when it comes to the armed forces. Thank you so much, Laurel. Let me see. There's my mom. Good, my mom's on there answering some questions. Yeah, this buff here, that sun's beating down today. I don't want to get burnt. Howard Kersey says, what's the link to view the rods? It's down in the video description. We got that on there, or you can go to catfishsumo.com/gollywhopper. I need to turn back this way, don't I, so y'all can see them rods. David Johnson says, you like to drift or fish straight down? Both. It's kind of, when I drift, I do fish straight down usually. Heath Bush, did you have any bites yet? Yeah, we just had one. I butchered it. Kyle Van Grohl says, do you believe the Kingston steam plant will be a good place to find catfish and stripers as the weather warms here? I mean, you might get some down there. The Clinch Rivers, there's always a chance down there on the lower end of it. I ain't been down there in a while. John Bell, $9.99. Thank you, John. So it's been a long winter. I had to rebuild my outboard, but going fishing tomorrow for cats and redfish and getting a Minn Kota with spot lock for the first time. Good luck today. Well, thanks, John, and good luck on your trip, too. I think you'll enjoy having spot lock. I know I sure do. There's Ernie the Hog Snatcher. Mike Wheeler said, with gas prices going up, we'll see more kayaks on the water. That you will. You sure will. No, Arthur, I don't do no noodling. I ain't into that. Aubrey Collins says, Justin, thanks for the content. Love your channel. Get yourself to the James River or Kerr Lake soon. I might. There's a fella here in East Tennessee that's offered to cover all my expenses and whatnot if I'll go up there and fish the James with him. I just might take him up on it one of these days. Matt Holochek, did he say Tits McGee? Yeah. They own these pontoon boats and houseboats out here. How far behind am I in the chat box? I ain't that far behind. Kayak Mike says, clickers are a blessing and a curse. Sound awesome, but man, the hookup ratio is tough. It is. I don't know what my hookup ratio is with clickers. It's probably 50% if I'm lucky, I guess. John Long calls them taste testers, the ones that mess with the bait and don't hook up. Curtis Lars says, man, that's a good looking rod. Thank you, Curtis. I'm quite proud of him. 731 Catfishing says, I love the excitement you get every time a rod gets bumped. My daughter and I are the same way. You just never know, do you? I mean, it's when a fish hits the rod, it could be a 3-pounder or a 30-pounder or 50-pounder. Who knows, you know? It's excitement with it there. Hey, there's Randy, Trout Magnet, man. Says, gotta love that clicker sound when a big fish hits. Y'all, if you haven't checked out Trout Magnet Man's channel, Randy, he's the best ultralight fisherman I know. I just saw his Facebook post yesterday. They caught 150 fish out there. And so he wears them out. One of these days, I'm going to talk Randy into letting me come out there and fish with him. And when he says yes, I'm dropping everything and heading right out there. Of all the people in the world I want to fish with, he's probably number one at this point. That's how highly I think of him. There's Jeremy Colvin fishing. Says, don't catch anything under 30 inches so I can catch up in the slot tournament. Yeah, it's hard to catch them 29 3/4 inch fish, ain't it, Jeremy? We'll never catch as many 30-inch fish in our life as what we will in a slot tournament where the slot begins at 30 inches. Unlimited Outdoors says your mic is a little close. Yeah, you got to keep it close to your head. Otherwise, it don't pick up. Art Vance says, how do you like the new fishing reels? I like them pretty good. You know, they're a level wind. So that's taking some getting used to again. But I mean, they're super smooth. And I like the low profile. And the handle sticks out a little farther than what I'm used to. So I kind of like that too. So we'll see how they hold up. But right now, I'm liking them. Let's see. There's Josh Thompson fishing in Nebraska. John Humphreys had just ordered the Chopstick 2.0 and the Golly Whopper Hangry 10-aughts heavyweight hook's been watching you for 2 years. I've watched all your videos. I fished the mighty Missouri. Well, you're loaded up, man. Got my rod, the Catfish Sumo rod, some hooks. Man, you're ready to wear them out. Andy Himes says, how far are you casting out estimated? Heck, I don't know. I'm terrible with estimates, so. Far enough to catch a fish, I guess the answer. Ed Thomas says, good to see you live again. Warm weather must be creeping back in on us. It's coming. We'll have some hiccups here and there. Blackberry winter and all that, but spring's coming. Michael Strunk says, Justin, do you shorten your leader up for bank fishing? I should, but I don't. I just use the same leaders that I got on regularly. Creole Catfishing 1999 says, Bone Pesci, brother. Thank you, Creole. You a good man. I don't care what they say. There's Callie back with another 20 spots. Says back to work. Enjoy that nice weather. I'll be trying to stay warm with freezing rain. We're supposed to catch a big one. Well, thank you, Callie. Appreciate you stopping in. There's John Bell, $4.99. That'll get me a gallon of gas. He says, fuel prices are killing us. Took $650 to fill my truck. Good gosh, you got a big tank. Wow. That's a huge tank. You ought to be able to drive for a week on that. Craig Latham says gas can get $10 a gallon. We still going fishing. That's the truth. I got my little rice burner car, 30 miles a gallon while I'm towing a kayak. Hey, Corey Hardy, $100. Thank you, Corey. Thank you so much, man. That's a heck of a super chat right there. It's a good man. Jason Lenham says, learned a lot from seeing you use the live scope. Been debating on it myself, but doesn't seem like it's much for catfishing. Yeah, I don't find it very beneficial for catfishing thus far. Great for bait. and crappie and bluegill and all that, but I don't see at least the way I fish, I haven't found it very useful on the catfishing yet. I'm gonna keep playing with it, but hang on, y'all. We got one of them going down here. I'm gonna try not to fall again. It's this one right here. That's on that head. Yeah, I got him. Let's hope he stays buttoned up. You stay on there, fish. Don't you dare let it go. I mean it this time now. You getting a skunk out, fish. You're very important. Probably the most important fish of the night. Sometimes the skunk buster never comes. Oh no, you know what just happened? He just come off. I felt him let go. Doggone, man. He didn't feel very big. I bet he didn't have the whole bait. That's the headpiece. Doggone. Well, at least he left it on. It's still in good shape. We're sending it back out. 0 for 2. Here in a minute, we're gonna ditch the clickers, y'all. If we go 0 for 3, we ditching them. All right, let's try it again. Boy, that sun's hot. I'd rather be hot than cold, though. Get this rod reset and we'll be back in business. All right. What I miss in the chat box? Anything? Let me get over here to my perch again. Brought the chair with me today. Let's see. I left off at Corey Hardy, I think. He had hit me up for a 100 spot. Old Ben Franklin there. Thank you so much, Corey, man. That's super nice of you, man. Let me scroll on down. Catfish Bandit, $4.99 says, hey, Justin, good to meet you at CatCon. Thanks for taking the time to chat with me and my son. Taking the Golly Whopper out Sunday. Good luck. Hey, thanks for stopping by the booth. I appreciate you stopping in there with your son, and I had a great time meeting everybody. It was a great experience up there for me, so I appreciate you all, and I hope you enjoy that rod, man. Catch some big ones on it. Pfeiffer's fishing Pfeiffer's fishing $5. That's a mouthful. It says good luck from the Hoosier State. Thank you, buddy. That's a tongue twister. Lacey Gearhart says, Justin, are you planning another video with Top Knox Fishing? You two are the only freshwater guys I watch. No plans at the present time. He's actually in Florida right now. He's down there tearing up them saltwater fish. He's posted some stuff on Facebook. Looks like he's having a good time. I think he's going to have some good videos come out here soon. Well, I'm way behind on the chat here, y'all. I apologize. I'm going to scroll on down. Stream Stroller says, do you sell kayaks and accessories? I don't. I do not. Maybe someday. Kicking Catfish is glad to see you stop thumbing the line. I still want to do it sometimes. I catch myself. Parker Pursuits says, what's the bait selection today? We got skipjack and skipjack out there right now. There's David Bowman in the house from Wheeler Lake. Nathan Jordan says, when is that next video? Probably Monday. Probably when I'll post the next one. Logan Jordan says, what's up, Justin? I notice you're using no rolls on some rigs. Any reason for that? It's just what I had in the smaller sizes. I think those are 3 ounce or 4 ounce, so I had some no rolls there. That's what I put on. Well, I keep losing my spot here, y'all. You think as many times as I've went live now, I'd have my act together, but I don't. Hey, Chunky Cats says, hello, Mr. Justin. I'm enjoying the new Sumo kayak rod. It's awesome. Hey, glad you like it, Chunky. Chunky, when I started this stream, I was talking about how you do your show, and I've got my back to the rods here, and I was trying to point. I still don't know how you do it. I can't do what you do, and I can't do what the weatherman does. I got to see what I'm pointing at to be able to be coordinated. You're a talented man, Chunky. Talent. You can't hide talent, as the saying goes. There's Corey Hardy with his membership thing there. He says, tight lines, my friend. He's been a member for 2 months. Thank you for sticking with me, Corey. And thank you for your other super chat there earlier. Andy Hames says, have you ever fished Lake Wiley in South Carolina? I have not. Maybe someday. There's Keith Doc Reed. He's been a member for 5 months. He's been here from the start of the membership too. He says, big flatty. I hope we get one today. Dan Stuck says, admire your dedication. Thanks for all the work you do to share fishing life with us. Well, thank you, Dan. I'm glad you enjoy it. There's John Bell with the 5 spot. Says, I'm a truck driver and it only lasts for 2 days if I'm lucky. Thank you for that, John. Philip Page just got here. I'm 0 for 2, buddy. Let me scroll on down here. There's Haslife says those hangry hooks are awesome. Yeah, they are. I think Daniel did a good job with them things. Let me just scroll down here. Hey, there's Green Machine and Jeremy Tournament Cats. What's going on, guys? Oh, I'm way behind on the chat, man. I got to get on down here, get caught up. Half the people I'm responding to probably ain't even watching anymore. Chad Crow says, I see you mostly using cut shad. You ever use or been a fan of live brim? I use them, but I don't do very good on them compared to the other baits. Joshua Russell says, where do you normally catch your skipjack? I caught some right out here on the way up through here. I was trolling the main channel coming up here. Got me 2 on the way to come up here this afternoon. But they've been stacked in the creeks around here right now. Spencer Thorne says, do you only fish for catfish or other fish like that? Buddy, if you go to the playlists on my channel, I got crappie, bluegill, carp, bass, got some saltwater videos. I do a little bit of everything. I'm not one of these one-dimensional YouTubers. I did hear a clicker. Got that boat going by. I couldn't. That's a slow pull right there, man. Look at this. Just keep swimming with it, fish. You still got it. That's a head. Let's see if he'll stay buttoned. Oh, gosh. All right, that's it. That's it. We're done with the clickers. I've had it with these stupid ass clickers. We 0 for 3. Now, it's probably small fish. It's got part of the bait and not the hook too. That one didn't feel very big either. But I've had it with these damn clickers. Again, I love hearing the clickers go off. It's exciting. But boy, I suck at getting a fish to stay hooked up with them. That was a terrible cast. I'm going to reel that in and do it over. I'm frustrated over them clickers, man. We're just gonna let these rods just double over. They can hook them damn selves. At least when they don't get hooked up, they ain't stealing my baits. That was a lousy cast too, but we're going with it. I'm flustered over these damn clickers. What I will do though is leave the clickers on with the reels engaged. That way, if we ain't paying attention, we'll at least hear the drag pulling and notify ourselves. All right. Reel engaged. Y'all gonna have to watch these rods now. When I get back up here, you're gonna have to tell me when I got one on. All right. Before I turn the camera back around, I'm gonna get me a big gulp here. Y'all can listen to me swallow. Get a little parched out here today. All right, 0 for 3. At least we're getting some bites though. I don't know where I left off at, y'all. Where are we at? All right, I think I found my spot here. Yeah, okay, there was the skipjack on. There's Haslife $4.99 for a tripod. I do need to set up a tripod for this bank fishing, don't I? That probably would make it easier. It probably would. I got one in the car. I didn't bring it out here with me. Thank you for that super chat, though. The Fishy Boy says, if you ever tried putting a cigar float just above your hooks when shore fishing with cut bait? Some people do. I don't really find it necessary personally, but one more step I don't want to fool with. Nikki Wood says they pulled a dozen skipjack on Melton Hill this morning, but couldn't land a cat or stripe, though. Yeah, that's the thing about here lately, man. The bait's been biting good around here lately. I'm going to have to move my head so y'all can see that one rod right there. If it goes down now, y'all got to holler. There's Bumblebee Junction, says you can't hide talent, but I hide my awesome six-pack abs under a beer gut so I don't embarrass the rest of you. Oh, Bumblebee's funny. Well, Matt Carrier, Michael Hunt, they're still here. Christopher Valley. Augustin Pedraza going out tomorrow. George Schwartz, been watching over a year, first time chatting. I'm glad to have you, George. Bumblebee says Haslife hit you up for $4.99 for a new tripod super chat. It expired while you were catching up. I got that one, thankfully. Some of them, I get so far behind on this. I'm going to scroll them down here. There's Galen Johnson, $4.99. Says, my family and myself love watching your videos. My brother, Jacksonville, Florida, checking in. Heck yeah. Jacksonville, man. We drove, I think we drove through Jacksonville. Coming back home from Florida. I think we went that way. So I was just down your way there last month. Chad Crow says, do you use your phone when you go live, or do you have a, where'd it go? Or do you have a camera set up? I'm on my phone. Yeah, I just use my cell phone here. There's Jerry Tolley, said he's been having good luck on cut rainbow trout. If I had some, I'd use it. Anthony626 says, do you like those new reels more than your Seagates? I mean, they each got their pros and cons. My Seagate's about worn out. They need to be cleaned and oiled, and I've used them things hard for the last couple of years, so it was time to either do some maintenance or replace them, and well, I'd rather replace something than do maintenance on it. So there's Corey Hardy, says anything to help him keep the vids coming. He always makes it feel like we're right there with him. Well, thanks, Corey. I try. Bustin' Bass says, why catfish? What made catfish your fish? Do you target walleye or striper? I like catfish because they're the biggest thing we got swimming here in East Tennessee. You know, if I was living down in Florida, I wouldn't be fishing for them. I'd be fishing for sharks or something. But here in East Tennessee, they're the biggest we got, so that's how I roll with it. A Real Outdoors MN, Minnesota says, how's the Golly Whopper for you? I like it, man. It's a great rod. Tom Kidwell says, hey, Justin, do you ever use carp for bait catching catfish? How do I join the club? I do use carp occasionally. If I get a carp small enough that they're easy to cut, I'll use them. And they work well, but not a bait I get often. I actually did do some carp fishing the last couple days. Got one carp in 2 afternoons. It was terrible. I thought I was going to have a homeowners association called on me. I was getting a stink eye. Had one woman come down and talk to me about me having the kayak pulled up in front of her house there, even though I wasn't in front of her house. And her neighbor, I guess she'd called her before she walked down because I was getting a stink eye from her up on the porch. But I only caught one carp in two afternoons, so I said, hell with the carp fishing again. Oh, we got a fish right here, guys. I knew I heard something. Y'all are supposed to holler at me now. Well, boy, I about fell again, too. He was hitting it. I was on that tail. He hit it a couple times. I think he's got it. I think that rod tip's moving. Yeah. Will this one stay hooked up? Will it happen? We got the reels engaged. No more daggone clickers. It's on the tail, y'all. I got a big skipjack tail on here. I feel him down there in them rocks. I hope I can get him up. Come on, fish. We need to get the skunk out. Your friends down there have been teasing me. Those of you just tuning in, started out with the clickers on, went 0 for 3. I said hell with it. No more clickers today. So now I'm just letting these fish load up the rods and hook themselves. And this one here, we finally, looks like we at least gonna get a look at him. Oh yeah, that's a flatty. The way them other fish were hitting, it's possible they were flatheads too. You know, they were just slow pulls. Look at him right here. Look at him. Got that skipjack tail still in his mouth. That ain't a bad flathead. That ain't a bad one, man. This one right here, folks, that's for Corey Hardy because he hit me with a 100 spot. He hit me with Ben Franklin there a little while ago. That one's for you, Corey. I'm gonna get my camera mount too here. I'll hold this thing up. I should have had this set up. I wasn't thinking about it. Let me get that on there. Well, there. There we go. Let's see. I'm gonna adjust this thing. Bear with me, y'all. I'm a terrible live streamer. Y'all should know this by now. All right. Come here, Flatty. It's crooked on there on the screen, but my gosh, we got it. Boy, he ate that tail, man. I was hoping we'd start seeing some more flatheads pop up. Skipjack tail getting it done. That's got some nice colors on him right there. Nice. Let me step back a little bit. I guess I could squat down. I don't give a crap. Y'all don't care. That's Corey Hardy's fish right there, y'all. He's thick too for his size. He's been down there eating. All right. Let's send him on out of here. You flathead, you go down there. I want to play with you again someday. You promise me we'll do it again? Look at him come back for me. They all want to take me out at the ankle. He wants to be part of the show, man. He's come up here. He's just going to hang out on the bank. He said he's happy to be here. He said he don't see a whole lot of famous people out here on Fort Loudon, and he just wanted to soak in every minute of it. Listen, fish, I got comments to get to. I got to cast that tail back out. We got stuff we got to do here. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Come on. What do you think? You can go that way? Move along. I've hurt his feelings. I hurt that fish's feelings, y'all. He wasn't ready to go, and I made him go. And now he's mad at me. He says he ain't never playing with me again. Let's throw this same bait back out. That thing still looks pretty good, and I think when he bit down on it here, he actually squeezed some of the oils out there to the front of it. Another one on the tails. The tails, man, they're getting it done. Skunk's out, y'all. Oh, hell far. There goes the tail, all right. Doggone it. Hell far. That flathead, he's heard that tail hit. He's going to go over there and eat it this time. Get him a free meal. Daggone. Well, it's a good thing I got a whole cooler full of skipjack. We'll just cut us another one up here. This one on the top here is good and fresh because I just caught them on the way up through here today. I'm going to take and put that right there on it. I just slung that thing. Sent my hook and sinker one direction and sent the bait the other. That's professional, folks. That's professional casting right there. Anybody can cast the sinker and the hook and the bait all the same direction, but to do two different directions on the same throwing motion, that's talent. Y'all wish you had that kind of talent. That's better. That's better. That'll catch us a fish. That's fun, man. I want to catch me another flathead. I just wonder if them other fish that bit, because they were, I mean, it wasn't like hitting, just peeling off drag. It was very slow. So I'm just wondering now if that wasn't other flatheads. We'll never know. But who knows? We got time. We may get us another one. All right. Let's get back up here, do some chatting and hanging out while we wait. I gotta get me another slurp here, y'all. Bear with me. I'm parched. All right, let me fix this thing back now. Okay, Let's see. Yeah, y'all can see them rods again. I bet I missed a bunch of comments. Took me about a half hour to land that fish and get rebaited and all that. Let me scroll back up here, make sure I didn't miss none of them. Them there super chats. Always hate missing them. Okay, here we go. Benjamin Kempf. I'm probably saying it wrong, Benjamin, but Benjamin has just joined the Catfish Club. So happy to have you. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate your support. Now, I took my finger off the screen and there it went. Chad Crow says, are you a fan of jug fishing? No, not really. It's fun if you're out there with the jugs going down, but I see a lot of them floating unattended. Jalen Culp says, do you miss the ugly stick rods? I've had ugly stick rods for a while. No, I don't miss them. I mean, they're great rods. I used them for almost 20 years and great rods, but these rods here address what I wish I'd had with the ugly sticks, which was more backbone, a little bit stiffer tip, and the ability to adjust the handle for whatever I'm fishing for on a particular day. So, no, they're great rods, but I don't miss them. Matt Carrier says, what was your favorite catfishing trip? I try not to live in the past, Matt. My favorite trip is the one I'm on right now. Can't go back in time. I don't want to be one of these people that lives in the 1990s, you know. I like to focus on present day. There's Benjamin. So just gotten the best Catfish Club membership around. Wanted to see the badge. Good luck, buddy. I'm hitting up Nickajack on the kayak soon. Well, good luck, man. I hope you have an awesome trip down there. Donald Owen says, do you have any sturgeon in Tennessee? We do. I've never caught one, but they stock them here. Parker Pursuit says, are you going to do garden updates again this year? I might if people want to see them. I ain't planning nothing yet. I ain't even got tilled yet. There's Michael saying, hey, fish on the line. Well, thanks for telling me now, Michael. I think I'm just so far behind on boy, we got people getting timed out here. Got some troublemakers in the house. There's Cody yak fishing. Says he missed the beginning working on his truck there. You ain't missed much. We had 3 misses and just landed a flathead. There's Max the Mad Catter 5 spot. Says, Flatty, Justin, you're a huge inspiration. Keep up the amazing work. Well, thank you, Max. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the kind words. Matt says, how deep are you getting from the bank? Where my caster landing's 40-ish feet out there. Out here, so I'm on the bank here. You can see it comes down fairly sharp to about 40-ish feet. Then there's a big long flat. Then it drops off to the main river channel, which is 70 plus. So we're just hoping today, what I'm hoping today is that there's some fish up here active on this flat. With it heating up, all this bait out here, I'm hoping they just up here roaming around and will hopefully find my baits. I filmed a video recently from this spot and had a pretty good trip. And the weather's been better since then, so I thought we might have a chance of getting some more today. Roscoe Jennings says, that knife is gross, man. Yeah, if you got cut with that knife, you'd lose an arm or a leg to gangrene. Bernard Jones in the house. Attitude adjusted says, those new rods look about the same action as your old ugly sticks, a little softer. No, it ain't even close, man. My ugly sticks, when I got a big fish on the ugly sticks, I'd be bent down to the handle on them things. Brian Forrest says, when does winter drawdown come back up? It's usually around May here when they bring it back up. Bumblebee says, show that thumbs up button some love. Heck yeah. I don't know if it helps or not, but I appreciate people taking the time to do it. Chad Crow says, top 3 pieces of gear you don't leave without when going besides rods, tackle, and PFD. Well, that's a really good question. Top 3 pieces of gear besides rods, tackle, and PFD. Man, I gotta look around here. I gotta look around and see what all I actually use. I mean, the nice thing about catfishing, you don't really need much. I don't know if there's anything besides rod, tackle, bait, and PFD that I just have to have. Everything else can be left behind. That's a good question. I'm stumped. I mean, I have other things that are nice to have, but nothing that I just absolutely need. You've stumped me. Let's see. Oh, I got a bunch of comments here. It's a good problem to have, man. We got 420 something people here. This is awesome. Man, my last few live streams, you know, it's in the winter months and whatnot, but I mean, there's a couple hundred people tops in there, so it's nice to have some audience members back here. I know we're getting into spring when the audience comes back. Jeffrey Lewis said, good to see you live again. Wish I could contribute. Love your vids. God bless. Well, thank you, Jeffrey. Just you being here is enough, man. I don't want anybody to feel like they got to give me anything. I appreciate it, but I don't want anybody to feel that way. Jim Rogers, I'm in Tennessee. Scott, West Texas said, you'd love a channel kitty. Oh, you know it, man. Hey, there's Leonard Vaughn. He says, hiya, Justin. Glad to see you out there. I tuned in just in time to see a flatty swimming away. You tuned in at the right time. You ain't missed nothing else. There's Central Valley Watch from California. Gail Reineke in the house. All you've missed so far is me getting mad about losing 3 fish because of the clickers, and we landed 1 flathead. I'm here, says I'm a new subscriber, looking forward to watching the back videos. Heck yeah, man. Hope you enjoy them. Art Valenzuela says, do you use a depth finder to find those bottom channels? I do. I use the depth finder in conjunction with a map card. I got Navionics. Well, I got the Garmin on this kayak. I got Navionics on my other kayak. And I use those two together to kind of find the contours and figure out where I want to fish at. It's a good question. Penny in Kentucky says, using the duck hunter chair again. No, this here's my chair I brought from home. Oh, hell, I lost my spot again. There was somebody. Cody Reese, $2. Thank you, Cody. No comment with it, but thank you for the super chat. Fishing with Steve Mosley says, my favorite fishing trip is always the next one. Me too, buddy. Me too. Clayton the Fishing Nut, Blake 2009. Bumblebee's laying down the law there. Absolutely. I got some great moderators up in here. Brian Forrest says, woo, Ric Flair, only thing good to come out of the 80s and 90s. That's about the truth. Cody Reese says, Justin, if you get a chance, give my 2 sons, Connor and Cooper, a shout out. They are 4 and 6 and been a single dad for 3 years. We love your videos. I take them fishing almost every weekend. Absolutely. Connor and Cooper, there's your shout out. Thank you for watching. Glad to have you all here. Tim Hull says, missed you over the winter. Hope you have lots more live chats. I love them. Well, thank you, Tim. Yeah, it was pretty amazing to me. You know, my feedback on these live streams is very polarizing. Some people absolutely love them. Most of you here watching tonight fall in that category, and some people hate them. I get negative comments and people griping about them and stuff. And so it's kind of a, you know, how much time do you spend on one or the other? But I'll tell you something, up there at the Catfish Conference, I had so many people stop by the booth and specifically say, we love your live streams. We feel like we're part of the show. It's just, you know, and what I think I've come to realize is, those of you who like the live streams and are watching and interacting in the chat box, you all are kind of my, what's the word? I hate using the word fan because that's kind of a narcissistic thing to say. Y'all are my, like, community. You know, you all are the people that I kind of get to know a little better through this chat and interact with and whatnot. And, you know, I think it's you all who's going to appreciate this type of thing a little more than just the casual viewer who sees me, you know, some talking head on here for 2 hours, 3 hours, however long we go with, you know, an occasional rod going down. Those people are going to be more interested in the regular videos where this downtime is all edited out, you know. But I was really amazed at the positive feedback I got up there at the conference. Let me scroll back up here. I get to rambling, you know, and I lose my spot, and then next thing you know, I'm 50 comments behind. Marvin Mangum says, personally, one of my favorite videos you posted was when you got 2 cats at one time on one hook. That was an interesting day, wasn't it? That was pretty awesome. That was almost a year ago. I think that was in April or May of last year. Penny in Kentucky says, I always wait until after the Derby, first Saturday in May, to plant my garden. That's probably pretty smart. I've been known to plant a little too early and then get zapped by frost. Michael Timmons says, what kind of live scope do you use? I've got a Garmin 93 UHD. Average Outdoorsman said, how would you fish smaller lakes? Same way. I mean, I'd look for the deepest structure I could find and set up there. Hey, Dakota Spradlin, welcome to the club, Dakota. Thank you. Glad to have you. Join the Catfish Club. John Dode says, water weed wallet. I don't know what that means. But hey, John, that does remind me, I got to warn my regular audience here, my core group of people, 404 of you watching right now. Just FYI, in my regular videos coming up, I got to put on the used car salesman jacket and sell some wallets there. I've got a video sponsor. They've actually sponsored 3 videos coming up. And, you know, these companies, they put a little coin in my pocket and say, hey, we want 30 seconds on one of your videos, you know, and they purchased 3. So I'm going to be selling some wallets here and probably next week. I don't know yet if they want them all in the same week or if they want to space them out, but nevertheless, the Ridge wallet is going to be buying some 30 seconds of my videos upcoming. So just FYI, you're going to be hit with another advertisement. God knows YouTube don't put enough advertisements in there anyway. Bumblebee says, khaki pants clickers, channel cat attractant. Michael, I'm on Fort Loudon tonight. Ham says, does the Golly Whopper have the same rod blank as the Elite 150? It does not. No, this is the Elite 150 is a really heavy action rod. These rods here got a little bit more play in them. There's Jesse Tenorio. Says, hey, Justin, I'm letting you catch catfish by proxy. I had knee surgery this past Monday on my good leg, and all I can do is watch the best catfisherman on TV. Well, I hope you have a a smooth and easy recovery, Jesse. Thank you for tuning in. Matt with a name I can't pronounce says, do you have 4 poles in the water? I do. Sarah Berry says, love the vids, and when you say he's a digging. Bumblebee says the smaller 2 are bait rods. Yeah, I had brought my bait rods with me because I trolled from the launch all the way up through here and got me a couple skips. I had plenty of bait, but I thought if we can get some that's really fresh, I'll throw them out for the live stream. There's new member Dakota Spradlin says, loving the videos. First live stream. Absolutely love seeing the monsters you catch. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Dakota. I'm going to try. There's Keith Doan from Kentucky. There's Mark with Catfish and Crappie. He says, hey, Justin. What's going on, Mark? There's Michael Davis with the 5 spots. Says, thanks for all you do. I've learned so much from your videos. I've definitely caught more fish because of you. Well, thank you, Michael. I'm glad it's helping you. That's my #1 goal with this channel, is to help people catch more fish. I always try to talk about what I'm doing in the videos and try to give you my thought process. I basically try to tell people in my videos what I would want to hear if I was watching somebody else's video. And so I'm glad you find it helpful. Clayton the Fishing Net says, haven't caught any fish on the Golly Whopper yet, but I hope to get out soon. I hope you do, man. DR Germany says, hey, from an American living in Germany. Well, DR, I think right now you're the viewer who's watching from the farthest distance away currently that I'm aware of. All the way from Germany. Sarah Berry says, me and my daughters, Hattie and Ellie, love watching your videos. They're with me now and would love for you to say hi. Well, hello, Hattie, and hello, Ellie. Glad to have you watching. I like that name, Hattie. That's a good name. Ellie's pretty good, too. There's George, Sunfish Assassin. Been a member for 5 months. Says, hello, Justin and everyone. Well, thank you. Thank you, George. Russell Smith says, hey, bud, will the girlfriend on a fishing trip with you? I think we're missing a word there somewhere in the sentence, but if you're asking if she'll come out with me, no, she don't want to do this YouTube stuff. Too many nasty trolls out there. She don't like the whole social media thing. She sees some of the comments and messages I get. She don't want no part of it. Anthony Clifford says, congratulations to you on your Golden Whiskers Awards. Well, thank you, Anthony, and thank you to everybody out there who voted for me and nominated me. That was very nice. I ended up winning. I got nominated for 3 things. I won 2. I won Kayak Angler of the Year and Catfish Angler of the Year. So that was a fun time. Palmetto Cats did a great job up there at the Catfish Conference. He had, I don't know, 100+ people out there in the audience watching live and all that was going on. So it was pretty cool. Isaiah Boyd says, screw the people that hate your lives. They're missing out on something in life. That's how I feel. I can understand them not liking it. You know, I'm not big on other people's live streams either. You know, it's just not my cup of tea. I wouldn't want to watch me live. But, you know, if I see something I don't want to watch, I click off. Or I don't click on it at all. I don't go write on paragraphs and essays talking about how much I don't like it. Some people just got too much time on their hands. There's Palmetto Jinx in the house. Bumblebee's here for the free donuts. Cookie Outdoors is going to get after them this weekend, man. I hope you do. Eddie Fife says, most of us just like watching you fish, brother. Thank you, Eddie. There's Tiffany McConkey. What's going on, Tiffany? Ham says, how do you like that Zebco line compared to the Berkeley? I don't think the Zebco lines is as good. It's kind of stiff. It's almost like wire. Berkeley's line's a lot more limber. Hey, there's Sandra, Florida Channel Catfishing, $5. Says, here, kitty. Glad to have you in here, Sandra. Thanks for stopping by. Sandra always gets on me because I go live in the mornings during the weekdays, and she works Sunday through Thursday. She'll never get to watch, but I'm doing Friday afternoon today. Bobby Reinhardt, shout out from West Virginia. Thank you, buddy. No, I'm Dirty Dan Yeaman. That's a mouthful. Says he's getting a Catfish Sumo rod and reel. Well, be sure to use my discount code, word Kayak, get you 10% off your order and free shipping. Mick TR1 says, I'm surprised you don't have a Gulp sponsorship at this point. You increase sales by 1,000%. Man, I've reached out. They won't even respond to emails from me. You believe that? They ain't got no interest in me. Josh Thompson said he don't mind the ads as long as it helps me stay on the water. Yeah, the Ridge, man. The Ridge stepping up and sponsoring 3 videos. That's a big help. Scott, West Texas said, do you have a trolling motor on the back too? I don't. Not on the back too. Boy, how far? Man, I'm way back in the... I'm like 10 minutes behind in the chat box. I can't help it, y'all. I get behind. I'm going to scroll on down. I'm going to miss some people. I'm going to scroll on down. Here's Riley Taylor says, don't know if I've ever said, but I ended up getting a small 10-foot kayak designed for fishing and have set it up as close to yours as I can get. And boy, is it working. That's awesome, Riley. Man, I hope you're enjoying that thing. I'd say a 10-foot kayak probably get towed around out there when you hook into a big one. That's awesome. Tim Hull says, do you use Farm All red paint for your sinkers? Farm All catches all. I use that cheap 99-cent Walmart red paint. Clifton Clay Kronberg, that's a mouthful, says my wife Michelle and myself love your videos and love the new rods. Well, thank you. Glad you and Michelle watch. Here's Kansas Catfish with a 5-spot. Says, ever heard of using Kool-Aid chicken for bait? I prefer fresh myself, and I know you do. It'd be cool to see how you do it. Yeah, I ain't into all that Kool-Aid chicken, man. Thank you for the super chat. Old Kevin with Palmetto Cats and Dieter Melhorn, they like it, but I'm more of a fresh fish kind of guy. Michael Timmons, I can have many rods. I could put 10 rods out here if I wanted to. We don't have any restrictions here. Cody Yak Fishing says, sorry, I let my membership expire. Still laid off and down to the bare wire. Hey, don't worry about it, man. I just appreciate you watching. That's more than enough, buddy. I hope you get back on your feet soon. Ben Nishimoto. Hope I'm saying that right. Says, love the channel and info you put out, and thanks for the other day. The next day produced 3 catfish after asking you for advice. Well, hey, that's great. I'm glad you caught some. Bumblebee says, CatCon was awesome. It was. We had a really good time up there. It was a really good weekend. The Animals Creation and Adventures says, what's up, Justin? Listening while getting closer to finishing my next masterpiece. Glad to see you live when I'm actually awake. James Kelly said, did you pick the red line to enhance the luck of the red sinker? You know it. Got to make them thumbnails pop with that black and red rod. There's Dakota back. Says, I've been sitting on the thought of getting a kayak for my fishing ventures. Getting kind of tired of bank fishing on all these big ponds and lakes around me. Well, I mean, if you get a kayak, you can do what I've done here today and just find you another bank spot. I don't like fishing the bank spots on the public parks and boat ramps and stuff. Too many people there. But I can come out here and I mean, I got a dirt bank here and just shoreline up and down me. Ain't nobody going to come up on me here. I'm going to scroll on back down through here, y'all. I get so far behind. People done left the chat box by the time I get to them. There's Dominic Hollis. Met him up there at CatCon too. Pretty funny guy right there. He had his woman with him. It was the time of her life getting to go to that catfish conference with him. There's Janelle Meredith, $10. Says, hey buddy, we've been watching you for years. All 4 of the family is sitting here watching you here in East Tennessee too. Well, that's great, Janelle. Thank you for that super chat. Got our East Tennessee people here watching today. I'd like to be reeling in some fish for you, but thus far we just got 1 flathead and missed 3 other fish. There's Dominic, says it's been a member for 5 months. Said it was awesome meeting you. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. Absolutely, man. Thank you for supporting the channel for so long. I was glad to get to meet you. I got to meet several of the club members and regular viewers up there at the conference, and it was a very positive experience. Everybody was so nice and so friendly. Carlo, I don't know how the hell to say your name either. I'm sure it's a very awesome name that I can't pronounce. He said he's watched every video I've posted and he'd love to come to Tennessee and fish with me. Well, that's very nice of you. I appreciate you sitting through all them videos. I think there's about 500 of them on YouTube right about now. Eddie Seldonis says, congrats on those well-deserved awards. Thank you. Smack Evans says, always love watching the videos. Derek Stein wants to see a pig. He better. I don't know if you're going to see any pig out here, Derek, but we got the Wampler Sausage Factory over here. I could probably show you a real pig. Matt Moses says, hey, Justin, do you have any advice for channel cats? I don't. My experience with them here in East Tennessee is they'll hit anything you throw out. They do not discriminate. Kyle Grosvenor. I'm butchering your name too, Kyle. He says, checking in from Dayton, Ohio. Old man on the hill in the house. Charlie Hogan says, can your rod support a spinning reel or open face reel? It can. We have designed them to be accommodating to both spinning and casting reels. Forever Fishing Illinois. Ben says, I pronounced his name right. That's awesome. I rarely get one right. Catfish Fever and Outdoors says, hey, Justin, it was great meeting you at CatCon. Needs to be more people like you in the world. Well, thank you. It was nice meeting you and everybody else up there. Forever Fishing Illinois says, bought a t-shirt from you. Awesome, man. Says, give Forever Fishing Illinois a shout out. There you go, buddy. Thanks for buying that shirt. William Clark says, I want 3 of those Catfish Sumo combos. You won't be disappointed with them. Carlos says, my girlfriend got me some of your merch and I wear it all the time. That's awesome. Your girlfriend's got good taste in clothes for you. Fields to Water says, hey, I didn't get to meet you at CatCon. You were a very busy person. Yeah, man. During the peak hours there, both days of the conference, we had a line all the way out in the aisle of people just wanting to come up and get a picture and shake my hand and stuff. You know, it was pretty crazy. I ain't never experienced nothing like that. Scott in West Texas is black and red are my Texas Tech colors. Jerry Tolley said, do you ever run into many Karens when you're fishing near people's property? No, I don't. I don't normally fish toward people's property, but, you know, I went out there after them carp yesterday because I saw them in the back of this creek, and there's houses all around the back of that creek, and I got into I pulled my kayak up on the bank in a wooded area kind of between 2 houses, but I mean, they were still visible. I was visible to them, and they weren't happy about me being there. What can you do? I just left. I said, hell, it ain't worth it. I'll scroll on down. Arkansas Slim says you need to get with Catfish Sumo and come up with a 2-sided kayak flag. That'd be nice. They could probably make it happen. I tried them flags a few years ago and they were terrible quality. I didn't even want to sell what I had because they were so bad. Chad Crow says, any overnight trips or night fishing plan this year? No, probably not. My night videos just don't perform very well. Hey, there's Pontoon Jody. Says, so glad you went live today. I saw you were live earlier, Jody. I didn't get to tune into it. I hope it went well for you. Andrew Anderson says, hey, Justin, been a member for 5 years coming from the UP of Michigan. You have taught me how to catch catfish. Thank you. I live in Chattanooga. Come on down this way again for some sumo cats. I hope to. I hope to get down there again soon. I love fishing down there on Nickajack. I'm going to scroll on down a little bit more. I'm sorry I'm missing some people, but I don't want to get too far behind in the chat. Hey, here's AK Dean. 20 spots says, is there any way I can get spot lock on a transom mount kayak like the Pelican Catch Power 100? Well, thank you for that super chat. That's a good question. You know, I don't know the weight capacity of the Pelican Catch Power 100. I know it's a 10-foot kayak, which is going to be difficult to mount on there. If you're going to put a motor with spot lock features, it's a heavy motor. I'd recommend having a very stable kayak to put it on. I wish I could be more of help, but I'm just not real familiar with that Pelican kayak that you have. Bernard Jones says, Justin, will you have a conference in Dallas in the upcoming days? No. I don't know of any conferences down there. There may be one. I just don't know about it. There's Smack Evans says, I moderate for a friend of mine. I always love watching the videos. Well, thank you, Smack. Fishbrain Francis says, 3 misses, question mark. Yeah, I had the clickers on first thing, and we had 3 bites, and I botched them all, so now the reels are engaged, and we caught a flathead. Yellow Fish Stick YT says, do you ever use hot dogs for bait? I don't. My mom's saying fresh bait time. Yeah, it could be. It's 5:30. We could spruce up the bait, I guess. Why don't we do? I think I'm caught up on the chat. I need to get me a swig here before I do anything, y'all. I'm parched. I've been talking for an hour and a half. Let's go. Let's go switch up our baits. What the hell's happened here? Y'all, we've had look at this line. It's swam all the way over my other lines. What the hell's happened here? Have we got a fish on y'all didn't tell me about? What the heck has happened here? I got these lines all tangled up here. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what's happened here, for real. I don't know what's happened. We've had to have had a line. This one ain't got nothing on it. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's happened here. I've got another line. It's a daggone blooper fest, y'all. Apparently, while I was talking to you all, we've had a fish hit one of my baits and swim through some lines. It's all right. I'm going to switch these things out anyway. So this tail piece here, we just put it on after that last flathead, so I'm going to reuse it. We'll switch out the others. I don't know what the hell's happened there. All right, there goes the tail. Both them other lines there got the slack knocked in them. I don't know what's happened. Who knows, we may have a fish on one of them. Oh. Y'all just bear with me here a minute while we get everything situated and get rebaited and all that. We'll get us some fresh baits on for the final hour here that I'm gonna have in the daylight. I don't know what's happened. I think a fish must have hit and swam through my other lines and took some baits with it or something here. Now I've caught this other line over here. I got a mess. All right. Yeah, that bait there, we need to switch that out. Before I switch it though, I just want to see what's going on with this other rod here. Something just don't make sense. All these lines got slack in them. Well, by gosh, I ain't got a fish on any of these rods. I don't know what the heck happened. There's a flaw in the slaw there somewhere. Something went awry. That's all right, we're gonna get it straightened out here. Let's take this other skipjack. Those of you that's tuned in late, I caught 2 skipjack on the way up through here before I went live. We've used one. We're about to use the rest of this one. Cut the gut pockets out on that. Somebody earlier said my knife was nasty there. I told them, if you got cut with that thing, you'd end up with the gangrene. I'm about to make a mess here, ain't I? About to get my other line that I cast out, take it down too. Y'all bear with me. I'll get back to the chat box eventually. Y'all just don't want to see my head all night. We got to get some fish. I think it would be helpful if we had on some fresh baits. It definitely wouldn't hurt our cause. Look at them herons right there. I better wait to cast till they go by. If we wasn't already in a blooper reel, we'd have one if I cast over them. All right. It's a nice night out here anyway. If you're just sitting there watching me cast baits out, at least it's a pretty view. Come on the other side of the kayak here. Cast this one out. Well, these rocks will get you now. Let that hit bottom, take up some slack. All right, let's reel in one more, maybe. Oh, I am on something right here. Oh, I think I'm hung. What is it? Is this a fish on here? I'm gonna tighten up my drag and try to, maybe I'm hung or something. Now, I did have a fish on, y'all, doggone it. I bet you this fish, we had a fish on and didn't know it. He probably swam through my other lines and had them tangled up. That's what was going on. I knew it didn't make sense for them other lines to be like they were, but I thought it was the other rods that had got hit. It was this one. Yeah, y'all got to tell me when these rods go down now. We can't be allowing that to happen. Watch it be one of them danged old channel cats or something. No, that's a blue. That's old blue kitty. That ain't a bad one either. Fun size. Well, it all makes sense now. For those of you that stuck around while I've been rebaiting, it all makes sense. This fish hit while we wasn't paying attention. We were, you know, just staring into each other's eyes, having a intimate conversation, you and I. And this fish hit this rod and swam through them other lines and had them all cattywampus. Come on now, fishy. Come on. I'm gonna dedicate this one here. She ain't watching, but I'm gonna dedicate this one to Callie. K&K Fishing Adventure. She's hit me up with a bunch of money today too on her lunch break there. He's hooked right through the bottom lip. I quit now. If you quit, I'll get you undone. I'm gonna get another bait out there, fish. There we go. Y'all, there he is. I'm just gonna hold him out there in front of the camera. Get out of here. Get out of here. You tell Callie thanks for all them super chats. He's gonna come. They all want us to come hang out on the bank with us. I don't blame them. This is a happening place to be. What are you doing, fish? What are you doing? This fish wants a selfie with me here. Can we get it? Can we get me and the fish on there? Somebody ought to screenshot that for that fish and send it to him. Hey, hang a left. Hang a left. Don't take that hook with you now. There you go. He got his bearings now, don't he? Let's get that other bait on there and get this mess straightened out, can we? I blame you all for that. Got 400 people watching. Not one person would tell me I had a fish on the line. Y'all wanted them rods to get tangled up. Well, that's a flathead and a blue that we've landed. Plus 3 others that we lost. That's 5 bites in however long I've been out here. That's pretty good. go over here and get some distance between this and those other baits. There we go. See, that fish right there was an example of why we need them clickers on. But if I'd had the clickers on, I'd have undoubtedly lost that fish. So you damned if you do, and you damned if you don't. But that thing took some laps around my other rods and had all of them lines all jacked up. Just gonna reel down here a little bit on those. All right, I think I'm almost ready to be chatting with you again. All right. Boy, that cutting board right there, buddy. I got my money's worth out of it, ain't I? That thing nasty too. All right. Well, let me get me another swig here. And I probably ain't got but 48 people left in the chat box. All right. I mean, well, how far? We still got over 400 people watching that mess. 423 people. Y'all, I've missed a bunch of chats here. I'm gonna just scroll up, make sure I didn't miss any super chats, and I'm gonna go on down to the bottom because Tim Hole 5 Spot says you have the contact for the kayak mounts for trolling motors. The ones I'm using, Tim, I think what you're asking is how I'm mounting my trolling motor. I use the One Objective mounts. I think they're oneobjective.com, or you might just Google them, One Objective kayak trolling motor mounts, and they've got them for pretty much any kayak that you would want. Thank you for that though, Tim. Let me just scroll on down here. I missed a lot of chats while I was dealing with that nonsense there with that fish. Tim says, we love the human factor of your live chats. Makes us feel better with our own bloopers. Yeah, there's definitely some bloopers out here today, ain't it? I don't know how we all missed that one fish over there. Let's see, let me just scroll on down here. I thought there was there is. 10 bass, 5 spots. Said, did you switch fishing line brand or just the color? Can you comment on that? It's a Zebco Cajun lined. It is a different brand. I use those in the Berkeley. I tried this line out. I don't really like it all that much. I prefer the Trilene Big Game over this. Hey, there's Myra Loy. Says, glad I didn't miss you, just got home. Thanks for tuning in. Myra and Will are big supporters. There's Farron Maston. Says, hey Justin, my buddy got to meet you at the conference and get a picture with you. Monty Stillman, big guy, about 6'3" and 380, big beard. I think I do remember him now there, Farron. A guy like that, it's hard to forget. KY Catfish King said, thumb is up here. Richard Bond, don't text and drive, just fish and live stream. Or don't text and drive and don't fish and live stream. Tom Brown says, it wasn't until your channel that I realized I can use my clickers with the bell unlocked. I've always just used it as an alert, but I do keep my drag light. Well, I'm glad my channel's been helpful for something for you. Joey Christ says, it was amazing getting to finally meet you at CatCon. Really enjoyed talking to you. I enjoyed talking to you too, Joey. I hate that your eyes were closed in the picture. He didn't realize it until he got back home. I've had that happen before with me too. James Kelly says, clickers work better than viewers at detecting bites. That's the truth. That's the comment of the night right there, James Kelly. Keith Doc Reed says, this is the best catfish community on YouTube. I second that, Keith. And thank you for that 5 spot right there, man. I 100% agree. Augustin Pedraza says we should be fired. Yeah, that's a warning this time. But firing on the next time that happens. At least he didn't have my lines all tangled up. He'd just knock a slack into them. Old man on the hill says, when you going to do an all blooper film? That'd be funny. It won't be too much longer. I should have enough content for one. Jason Eldridge says, Justin, do you keep up with Tennessee basketball? I don't. I just can't get into basketball. I've tried. I can't do it. I'm a football guy. My girlfriend's a baseball. She's a huge Dodgers fan. She's tore up about the opening day getting canceled. James P says, get one for me. I'm going to try, buddy. There's Brokeback Bob. There's Sean Chili. He said, just got home from work. Glad you're fishing. Wish I was too. He helped me out with the pronunciation. He knows I always forget. Hey, there's Terry fishing a family tradition. Says, hi, Justin. Catch a big one today. Got my new sumo rod and ready to hit the water with it. That's awesome. I hope you catch some big ones on it. There's Keith watching from Missouri. My mom says, nice to know you still listen to your mom. Yeah, at least on video. The real truth, though, in one ear and out the other. Richard Bond, he's trying to defend you all in the audience there. He says, you reckon that blue picked it up and swam toward you? Might not have moved the rod. That's fair. That could have happened. That's what we'll go with anyway. Hey, there's Kylie Bear, my favorite YouTube name of all time. Checking in on my break. How's it going? Pretty good. We've had 5 bites total. Landed 2 fish, 1 blue and 1 flathead. So not too bad. Brett says, sounds like MLB is a long way from getting something done. It does, don't it? I thought they'd get it together here to make sure opening day happened, but not so much. There's Jason Eldridge talking smack about Tennessee losing to Arkansas tomorrow. I won't be watching. Right now, me and the girlfriend, we're watching that Hulu show, Pam and Tommy, about their adult time tape that got put out. We've been watching that. We just finished 1883 a few days ago. That was a hell of a show. Tim McGraw, man, he rocked it on that, and Faith Hill too. And whoever that girl that looks like Jennifer Lawrence, she's hot. They were all great in 1883. KY Catfish King says, Justin, do you ever freeze your skips? I do. I keep some in the freezer for hard times. There's Brokeback Bob. He says, Justin, you had a fish on. I'm late because I'm old. Well, thanks for telling me, Bob. Swamp Donkey says, where are you fishing? I'm on Fort Loudon Reservoir, East Tennessee. Xbox 1225 from Ohio said, been subscribed for a while. Love your videos. Well, thank you, buddy. John Knott says, what makes you decide to fish deep or shallow on any given day? Well, normally I like fishing deep, and occasionally I talk myself into fishing shallow. I've done that for the last couple days, and you won't see them videos because I stunk it up. just catching small, tiny catfish. So been tough. Been tough in the shallows. As I always fish deep though. Hey, we'll see you later, Adam Cates. Thanks for stopping in. Ben Morrow says it's better to cut the gut sack out of skipjack for bait. It don't matter. Them gut pockets, they were going to get slung out on the cast anyway, so I just cut them out. Fishbrain Francis, 10 spot, says you got to bring on ND Yak Angler. Man, if you got the hook up for him, I'd gladly do it. That's one of my favorite kayak fishing channels. He gets some awesome shots. That guy's amazing. So I'd love to fish with him. I don't know if we can make it happen or not. I don't even know his name to be able to reach out to him. I don't even know who he is other than ND Yak Angler. I kind of admire the guy because he never done any, to my knowledge anyway, he don't do no Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and stuff. He's just YouTube only and just crushes it on there. I get bogged down with all the other social media stuff and cuts into what I need to be doing on the YouTube. Curtis Burgett, I don't know how to say your name, Curtis, but here's your buddy's shout out, Marcus and John. There you go, man. Sorry I butchered your name there, Curtis. Jim Rogers is watching from San Diego. Man, I'm so jealous. He's out there and where it's 70 degrees every day. Bumblebee Junction says Elsa. Yeah, Elsa's hot on 1883. She's my soulmate. She just don't know it yet. As long as she's 18. I'm assuming she is, but I don't know for certain. But she's hot. Danimals Creations and Adventures says, hey, Justin, listening while we're going to pick up my son for the weekend. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Myra says, it's been my many years of experience. Listen to your mama. Yeah, my mama knows best. She's never steered me wrong. Justin Lyles says, where can I buy Kayak Catfish t-shirts? You can get those at shopkayakcatfish.com. Thank you for your interest. Marvin Mangum, $5 says, are you in that same spot where you found that hunter's chair they left for you? No, not today, buddy. I'm in my chair today. Thank you for that super chat. No, I'm probably, I don't know, 50 plus miles from that spot. Southwest said I had a fish on the line. Well, don't be playing games with me now. You lying to me. You like every woman I've ever known in my life. You're lying to me. Ain't no fish on back there. Hey, there's Bumblebee with my merch link. Appreciate that. Brokeback Bob says we got 369 likes and 391 watching. Smack Evans says Dinks is normal in Colorado, but he's managed to get a few big fish. Yeah, my buddy Daniel owns Catfish Sumo. He's grew up out there in Colorado. No, I'm Dirty Dan Gaming says the wife, kids, and I didn't catch anything today. Going to go find a new spot. Well, I hope you get on them tonight. Joey Chris says, I'm not able to get one of your Golly Whopper rods yet, but I bought a Master Series 2.0 a few months ago. Might be using it soon. Hey, those are good rods, man. I used them all last year. They're great. I think you'll like it. Curtis says his last name was close enough. Kylie Bear says, if you could fish anywhere in the world, where and what would you fish for? You know, I'm a simple man, and I had so much fun down there shark fishing a few weeks ago. If I could just flip my fingers here and appear somewhere else, I think I'd be back down there in Florida somewhere catching sharks right now. That's probably what I'd do. I do want to catch some alligator gar, though. Hopefully this fall when I get out to Texas. So that's probably the #1 fish on my bucket list right now is alligator gar. We're going to make it happen. Some old man outdoors in the house. Fishing a family tradition. Just grew up in Colorado. Maybe Daniel and I grew up close to him. It's possible. I can't remember where he told me he is from out there. Michael Timmons is on the big screen. He can see the tips of the poles, but not on his phone. Yeah, I need to hold my hand better, I guess, to get the rods in the background. Ben Nishimoto says, have you ever thought about testing your Golly Whopper rods on a 49th State Whopper, Alaska? No. My friends Rob and Dennis went up there to Alaska. They posted some cool videos from that trip. It looked like a lot of fun, but I don't have any plans to get up there. Daryl Hebron says, I was just in Miami. Yeah, me and the girlfriend, we went down to Miami while we were on the trip down there and played some Top Golf. That was an interesting experience because there were these girls there doing a photo shoot. And I don't know if they were gentlemen's club dancers or if they were adult film industry stars, but they didn't have much on under their skirts, and they kept flashing them things up there to get their pictures and whatnot playing Top Golf. It was quite the show. Best night of Top Golf I've ever had. Augustin Pedraza said, I just ordered a new Abu Garcia reel, waiting on my next check to order your rod. Awesome, man. That's going to be a hell of a combo. Crazy Fish Kids has come to Houston. We got all the gar spots. I'm gonna make a tour of Texas, I think, and just hit a variety of places down there. So, Kylie Bear says we're going to Texas for gar in early September too. I'm hoping to get down there September or October, I think. That's when I'm gonna make it down. So, we may cross paths, Kylie. You never know. Ted says, Justin, have you given any thought to that double hook with live scan next time you suspend fish? No, not really, because, I mean, I just hate using a double hook rig on the line. It's such a mess. Every time, if you think a tangle with one hook is bad, throw out a Kentucky rig and have two hooks and all your lines spun together when you get a big fish. It's a mess, so I probably won't be doing no Kentucky rigs anytime soon. Ham B says, when was the last time you were broken off by a fish? Just the other day on the bank, actually. It rubbed me over something and broke my line. In normal conditions, I don't normally break off, but it apparently run me over a rock or something. Hey, Justin, Jeremy and Kim here. It was great meeting you. Can you give a shout out to our daughters, Geneva and Harley? Going to try my Golly Whopper tomorrow here in Illinois. Absolutely. Shout out to Geneva and Harley. I hope you catch some monsters on that rod tomorrow. Good people up there in Illinois now. They were really nice. Glad they could make it down to the conference. Scott Miller says, hi, Justin. Enjoying your live stream in Seattle. Beautiful country up there in the Northwest. I went up there to Seattle a few years ago. I can't remember. I think it's 2013 or 14. Whatever year Derek Jeter retired, I went up there because I watched the Mariners game when the Yankees come to town. And I got to see Derek Jeter play up there. Beautiful country up there in Seattle. Parking's a nightmare, but beautiful country up there. Daryl Hebron went to Alaska this past summer. I bet that was fun. Penny in Kentucky says, I'm from Kentucky and even I don't like Kentucky rigs. Travis York's from Illinois too. Whisker Seeker Outdoors says, hey Justin, was glad to meet you at CatCom. Come on and catch a Golly Whopper. We're going to try, man. I'm going to fish till that sun over there goes down. hopefully we'll get some more. Wayne Bresler says, Tawakoni has some giant kitties for you to play with. Yeah, I've heard a few people mention that lake down there in Texas. I'll have to see where it's at. I still haven't plotted out my course yet that I'm going to take down through there, but I'd like to link up with some people down there. I want to fish with Killer B Outdoors. He actually offered me a place to stay down there to do some catfishing and some shark fishing on the Texas coast. I'd like to fish with Circle Hook Productions there. Clint Seeger, he's been a big supporter of the channel for a long time, does a lot of kayak catfishing tournaments and stuff. So I'd like to hook up with him. I always get him confused whether he's in Austin or Houston. I can't ever remember. And then I want to fish with Catching Dinosaurs. Has the Alligator Gar Guide Service and YouTube channel. I want to fish with him. So I got a lot of people I want to fish with down there. Got a lot of fishing I want to be doing. I'll probably have to make it like a 2-week trip, because it'll take me a couple days of driving to get there and back. So I want to get the most of it. Tim Hull says, thanks for the website. Found just what I needed for my kayak. Wife and daughter Amanda says hi. Well, hello to your wife and Amanda. Yeah, them one objective mounts, they're pretty good. I got that one there on the, I can't do my finger to point it, right there on the trolling motor. I mounted it. I bow mounted it, and then I got one in the back that I was going to play with. It's just mounted on. I ain't done nothing with, but it's a solid mount. Max the Mad Catter says the skunk count. Weather needs to stop being bipolar so the fish can stabilize. Yeah, our water levels here is what's been bipolar. I mean, I'm on Fort Loudon today, and it was summer pool a few days ago. Now the water's down several feet. So I think once our water level gets stabilized here, things will pick back up. Cameron Rogers says you need to come back to South Carolina and look up Lake Keowee and Oconee. Yeah, I'll have to look them up. I'll make it over at South Carolina again soon. Logan Jordan's sitting in the garage pouring jig heads while watching the live stream. Don't burn yourself over me now. Be careful pouring that lead. Penny in Kentucky says, get your fishing in while you can. Tim's going to tank and snow next weekend. Yeah, the biggest concern for me right now, Penny, is the wind report. I think tomorrow, about midday, the wind's supposed to pick up, and it looks like it's going to blow all week next week. So I don't know how much fishing I'm going to get to do, but I'll go when I can. Kylie Bear says, could I get a close-up of the motor mount, please? You sure can. Hey, there's fishing with Big Mike, too. What's going on, Big Mike? Big Mike's the Golden Whiskers Bank Fisherman of the Year. Well-deserved on that. We out here doing some bank fishing today, Mike. I got one flathead, fun-size flathead, and a fun-size blue. Missed 3 other bites because I can't use a bait clicker. Kylie, here's the motor mount. It's the one objective mount. You take your Hobie Pro Angler handle off, it slides in place and the bolts go through, and then it bolts in back here. Now that's how it goes on this kayak. They make them for pretty much any kayak you would want. I haven't really looked at the other mounts, but it's pretty solid and it don't add a whole lot of weight. Now they have one also for the back, which I put on because I was going to put my bow mount motor on the back at one point in time. That way when I'm spot locked, when you spot lock, the motor faces you into the wind, and in the winter time, that cold wind blowing in your face, it's miserable. So I thought if I put it on the back, then the wind would be blowing in my back when I'm spot locked, and when I'm dragging baits and stuff, I'd be seeing my rods versus them being behind me. So I toyed around with the idea. But here's the mount they make for the back, and this is, you know, the Hobie Pro Angler mount, but they make them for every kayak. So I think it's just like starboard, but they cut it and have all the hardware and all that stuff you need to mount it to whatever kayak. They got how-to videos and all that. I met the owner of the company at a bass tournament a year or so ago. He was a real nice guy. Let's see. Travis York says Clinton Lake is my local hole. Well, you don't want me going up there and fishing it, Travis. Lord, we'll burn them spots to the ground. The Mr. Pallet says, I'm cringing thinking of you dragging your yak onto those rocks. Yeah. My bow here, I had a keel guard on it, and I knocked it off the other day, and my keel's, it's wearing down. So it is dangerous doing what I'm doing. I got to get that keel guard back on. Fishing with Big Mike's. There's been 2 80-pounders caught down here in 2 days. I saw Chat Cat's big fish, man. That was a monster. Heck of a fish. I keep looking for him to put out the video on it. I think he got it last night. Josh Williams, if he's talking to me, he's asking what kind of truck do you have. I don't. I drive a Honda Fit. I got a little rice burner compact car I tow this kayak with. Get 30 miles a gallon towing my kayak trailer. Wayne Brailsford, I butchered it, Wayne. He says, off topic, what microphone do you use? Very clear. I've got a Rode wireless mic. It's a pretty good microphone. Battery don't last too terribly long. Get about 5 hours on it, but seems to work pretty good. There's CJ Burton. Says, how's it going, Justin? Love the new Golly Whopper. Well, thank you. I like them. They've been doing well. Dustin Lynn in the house. There's Marcus Schaefer. Says, hello again from Missouri. Oh, I'm going to put y'all back in the chest here for a minute because I got to get me a big gulp, man. I'm parched. I ain't used to this hot weather. I just got adapted to the cold again, and it heated up to the 70s. Now it feels hot. Sorry y'all hearing me slurping there on the microphone. Well, I kind of want to. The water come up, and then it went back down. I kind of want to take you all on a little adventure. Let's just go for a walk. This is what I do when I'm just bank fishing on my own, not being live. I like to look around and find treasures. Stuff gets washed up on the shore. Bass fishermen lose their plugs down in these rocks and stuff. I fished here on the bank here in a recent video, so I've kind of explored a little bit, but the water come up since then. And I thought we might just find us something. Here's just a board, buddy. Hell with lumber prices. That's probably about a $55 board right there. I'll leave that there for somebody else because I'm generous, but that's probably, with lumber being what it's been the past year, hell, that's at least a $25 board. Let's walk over here to this other side. There's something big rolled up over here. I don't know what that is. That looks like a daggone power line. Look at this. Look at that. That's a shell. That's a mussel shell right there. That's a big one. Pretty colors too. I don't know what that thing down there on the bank is though. It looks like something you'd roll big wire in. Huh. I don't really see nothing here around me. I guess I've picked this spot clean. You just never know what you're gonna find though. I found all kinds of lures and stuff. People ask me if I ever find any arrowheads out here, and I'm one of them people, I can't spot arrowheads. Arrowheads, 4-leaf clovers, you know, some people can just be walking along and just point them out nonstop. I can't do that. I ain't got an eye for it, never have. I think we're still good here on our lines. No issues like before. I sure would like to get another fish here before we get dark. I'm gonna leave out of here whenever that sun goes. I don't know what time it goes down anymore. I'm gonna leave out of here then. Fishing with Big Mike says it's hotter than firecracker, 80 degrees. Want to fish all day? Says hello from New Jersey. I could use some of that hot weather. Kayak set up as fire. Well, thank you, buddy. Travis York said you must have a mussel bed out in front of you. Probably. There's a lot of mussel shells and stuff. So fix me a plate of that lasagna, Big Mike. I am getting hungry. I don't know if the girlfriend's cooking tonight or if we're eating out. I got an email discount code for Craven Wings. We go to that place all the time. If you're ever in the Knoxville area, West Knoxville area, out there on North Shore Drive is a place called Craven Wings, and they're pretty daggone good. We may get that tomorrow, actually, if we don't get it tonight. Sean Chili says, any flathead is good, but what is your PB flathead? I don't even know, man. I've caught a bunch kind of in that same size range there in some of my videos, but I don't know which one was bigger than the other. Michael Strunk says, have you considered swapping out the reels that came on the Golly Whopper with the ones you used prior to these? I mean, these reels here didn't come with them. I bought these. But my Daiwa Seagates are in desperate need of cleaning. They need some maintenance. They sound rough right now. And so I was either going to have to do some maintenance or just buy new reels. And so I bought new reels. Russell St. Pierre says, next time bring some mackerel back from Florida and give them a try. I was actually thinking about taking some skipjack down to Florida and catching some sharks on them. Fishing with Big Mike says, that's what chicken is for, eating. You got that right. Not for bait. Unless you're just trying to get views on YouTube. Some of them do that. I don't figure I need the views that bad. There's Jonathan Womble's in the house. Ashia Appleseed says 420 likes, 373 watching. Yeah, we was over 400 people at one point today. That's pretty awesome. That's the most I've had in the live stream in a while. The last few live streams I've done have been very low views. A couple hundred people in the chat box anytime. So it's good to be getting an audience back. Once farther we get on into spring, usually with my YouTube channel, April, May, June, and July are my months when I gotta hit it hard here to get some views, and then after that it kind of tails off the rest of the year. Bottoms out in February and then starts to pick back up in March, but really gets going in April. KY Catfish King says, I wish I could get that type of reel down. I stick with spinning to save on line. Yeah, you'll get some backlashes when you first start casting them bait casters. Josh Williams says, how long has the live chat been on? I just got off work and missed the beginning. I started at 4 o'clock Eastern, so it looks like about 2 hours and 19 minutes, I guess. We've had two fish landed and 3 other bites that I shouldn't be using the clickers on live streams. I shouldn't do it. I mess them up every time. There's Terry Tunnel from Oklahoma. I got a lot of people out there that watch me in Oklahoma. Brian Gamber says, hell with chicken. I'm with you, man. Freddy's Outdoor Adventure says, Justin, good luck, bud. Any so far? Just trying to see what I need to catch to take the lead in a slot tourney. No, I can't even these fish. They've been too big for the slot here that I've got today, but you ain't got nothing to worry about with me. I ain't got but 1 fish scored in that slot tournament. 29 1/4, I believe it was, but that's the only one. I I've caught some more that's far smaller than that, but I didn't bother turning them in because it's, yeah, I'm going to need every fish over 29 inches to have a chance at winning. So. Big Kev from Denver, Colorado. Michael Timmons says, I try to watch all your videos, especially when it's cold outside and you still kill it. I try. I just don't fish as much during the winter. I don't like being cold. Ball deep in a vagina. I love it. That's an awesome name. He says, I've never tried catfishing, but I love kayak fishing. I want to try once the ice melts. That's awesome, man. I love your channel name there. That's creative. Linda Cox says, my problem is YouTube doesn't let me know on most live streams. Yeah, I've heard that's a problem with a lot of people. They need to get better with that. Fishing with Big Mike says he missed the March bank tourney. I'm not missing April's. Yeah, you liable to win that thing, man. You'll be catching some big fish down there on Nickajack in April. Wayne Brailsford says, how many days a week do you fish? It really varies. Winter time, not very many. Once we get on into spring and summer and get some more consistent weather going, I'll try to fish every day if possible. But in the winter months, just kind of sporadically. I'm more of a fair weather fisherman myself. I love fishing, but it's a lot more fun when you're comfortable. Marvin Mangum says, do you plan on doing what you did last year during the peak season, releasing a video at 10 a.m. every weekday? Yeah, probably. Once we get on into probably April or so, May, I'll try to take advantage of those peak months. And, you know, I got a 4-month window that I get views on, a lot of views on this channel. I got to make my nut while I can. So I'll post as many as I can. No promises I'll have a video every day, but I'll put as many out as I can. I'm just excited it's getting warm here again, man. These past couple days, I mean, I'm out here. I ain't got my bib. I've got my regular pants on. I could have wore flip-flops today. I thought about it, but the water's still a little cold. But I'm definitely, I like fishing in the summer way better than the cold months. That's for sure. Fishing's good in spring and fall, but in summer months when I can just get out there first thing in the morning, flip-flops, be comfortable, catch my fish, be off the water before all the pleasure boat idiots come out, that's my time right then. Chris Beckley says, just started watching your channel and I like it. Very nice channel and I will be back. Well, thank you, Chris. Glad to have you. There's Prince Cobb says, I love your content. Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it too. Travis Feltz says, get a good one, Justin. Me and the family watching you on TV. Well, hello, Travis and family. I hope we get one of them rods going down here soon. There's Bumblebee Junction reminding me to push that Catfish Sumo discount. Code word Kayak, get you 10% off your order and free shipping. FYI again to those of my regular viewers who are tuning in late, I will be prostituting myself in next week's videos, selling some wallets. They've sponsored 3 videos, and so I'm going to be putting on my used car salesman jacket and selling some wallets and some backpacks. They did send me a wallet and backpack, and they're actually pretty nice looking, so I'll probably actually use what they've sent me. Benjamin Isaac says, your videos are great, man. I've watched and learned a lot from you and appreciate it. Well, thank you, Benjamin. Francis Nelson says, how you doing, Justin? Wanted to go fishing, but the winds are blowing 50. Yeah, them winds are coming toward us, Francis. They're supposed to be here tomorrow afternoon. It's looking pretty rough. I think I'm going to go out in the morning. I think I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, actually. I really wanted to get the ultralight rod out and maybe do some crappie or bluegill or whatever, but I got a whole cooler full of skipjacks. So I need to put them to use. So I don't know what I'm going to do in the morning, but the wind will probably have me off the water by noon. There's Smoke Jumper from Nebraska. No, Ben Landon, I don't do no ice fishing. James Humbob says, you're fishing, Justin. You're piercing fearsome hooks into the kitty jaws. Of course, YouTube isn't going to notify us because it's against their agenda. Yeah, I hope I stay on their agenda for a while. It'd be nice to do this 2 or 3 more years. Art Vance says, you'll put a lot of smiles on everybody with all those videos. I hope so. It really worked out for me last year. There's camping with man's best friend. Roger Carpenter said, had to leave for a while. How have you done? We got a flathead, a blue, and missed 3 others. Joshua Williams says, watching Mike fish is better than watching the news. Anything's better than watching the news. Jerry McLean says, can't give content cash just yet today, but I will soon. Great to see you back, but need a fish. Hey, don't worry about that, Jerry. You don't ever have to give me nothing, man. I'm just happy y'all are here. Sue Weiss says, I know you have fished with River Certified, but do you have any plans to fish with Josh at Pig Patrol? I love them both and watch you every chance you get. No, I don't think I've ever talked to any of the Pig Patrol guys. I don't have any, any contact info with them or anything. Jonathan Johnson says, what's up, Justin? How's it been going so far? Pretty good day so far, man. Keith Doc Reed says he got 2 golly whoppers on the way. Heck yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Bumblebee Junction. Thank you. Thank you to all my moderators. I appreciate your all's help. R. Scott Davis says, do you ever use line counter reels? I don't. This model of Shimano that I bought here recently, the Takotas, have a line counter option. There's a line counter model, but I didn't go with it. I didn't think it'd be beneficial to what I do. Travis Phelps is asking if I'm ever going to make a trip to Bugs Island to catfish. I probably will at some point. I think it's about 8 hours from me, so it's a little bit. I'll probably hit some closer places than that in the meantime, and of course I'm hoping to go to Texas later on in the fall. Hey, thanks, Big Mike. He says the golly whopper rods are sweet. I appreciate that, buddy. Caleb Lee says, hello from Illinois. When you doing more ultralight fishing? Maybe in the morning, possibly. I got a hankering to go, but I got that cooler full of skipjack I need to do something with, so I'm just going to wake up in the morning and whatever the mood strikes me, that's what I'm going to go do. My mom says, I hope you're not holding your breath until you get those bucks. I'd not be holding my breath till I get another fish bite. I'd be asphyxiated by now. Jim Solieri, hello from Kingston, Ontario. He's a long ways away too. We've had Germany and Canada in here now. Mr. Catfish himself. While you were active with the viewers, I seen the vid from the other day and you said you hate channels. Why is it? Out here where I fish, channel cats just don't get real big. They're kind of a nuisance. They're small catfish that just destroy your baits and steal your baits, and they just don't get big here. I just don't like them. There's Ted, so he started watching last year. Glad to have you, man. Casey Mitchell. Susan Hudson says, good you kayak fish with the price of fuel right now. Can't imagine how much it costs to fill a boat motor. Boy, that's the truth. I'm hoping some of these wakeboarders and houseboaters, I'm hoping they run out of gas and can't afford to fill up this summer. Full strut from Arkansas in the house. James Humbob says, keep up the great content, even though it's the windy season, can't wait for your prime time of year. Yeah, don't get me started on people named Wendy. I told a girlfriend she better thank her parents they didn't name her Wendy or I'd dump her ass. I'm over the wind. It's been good today, but boy, the wind's going to be cranking tomorrow. Bumblebee says, I do my channel catfishing off camera. I'm fishing a bass tournament next weekend. You watch and see how many I catch during that tournament. Travis says, my son Levi said hello and catch a big fish. Well, hello to Levi. Boy, some of you's got gas $4.10 a gallon. That's steep. Casey Mitchell going to Lake Water in South Carolina next month. I hope you have a good trip. I need to get over to South Carolina again here soon. I may look around next week. If the weather's going to be real windy here, I may look around and see if there's some other places that are reasonable drive where the wind ain't cranking. Maybe I could go get away. I won't ever get away from them people again until it gets winter time again. Bass fishermen, they're going to be a pest the rest of the year. Zay's Fishing Adventure says, hey, Justin, I'll be in Tennessee in June. Would we be able to fish together? Probably not, Zay. I don't do any kind of guided trips or anything, and in June, I got to be really cranking out the content, man. That's kind of prime time for me. June's my most viewed month of the year, so I gotta be getting out as many videos as possible. There's Ted with a 5 spot. Says little gas money. Heck yeah, Ted. I appreciate it, man. Even if gas $4 a gallon, I can drive 40, 50 miles on that. I appreciate that, buddy. All them guys with big trucks that makes fun of my small car. When gas is $4 a gallon, they ain't laughing at me nearly as hard as they was once upon a time. Maurice Dutton in the house from South Carolina. Uncle Daddy says, any plans to fish Gunnersville this year? Maybe. I may make it down there at some point. I've heard the flathead fishing's good late March into April down there. Kevin Silent Fishing says, put a Cast King Rover 70 on my Gollywhopper rod. Great looking combo. Yes, sir, man. I hope you enjoy that rod. Catch some monsters on it. Littleton Fishing and Outdoors says Bassmaster Classic is in the works right now. 20 minutes from me. God bless you, man. Them bass boats going to be all over the water over there. It's been here before, too. We always hate it when it comes to town. KY Catfish King says, I'd like to see you fish the Ohio River. I may make it up to Ohio at some point this year. No promises, but I just might. There's a bird. I kept seeing something move up there. There's a dang bird catching my eye. Well, the sun's starting to go down. It's starting to get a little chilly now. It was hot earlier, but now the wind blowing on the water there. Start to feel the coolness. Friends Dobler Jr. says, hey, Justin, PA here. Just wondering how long you usually give a spot before moving if not much is happening. Asking because I feel that I spend too much time in one spot and missing opportunity in another. That's a great question, and that's something that I played with for a while because I used to be somebody that moved all the time. Even if I was anchor fishing, I'd hit a spot 30 minutes and gone. And then 2019, I spent the entire year, when I would go fish a spot, I fished that one spot for the duration of my trip, whether it was 3 hours, 6 hours, however long I fished, one spot, didn't move. And it was eye-opening to me because I caught so many more big fish doing that versus moving all the time. I mean, it was just amazing the difference. And so I don't think that you can fish a spot too long if it's a good spot. If it's a spot that fish are going to be moving through, like, you know, I use creek mouths a lot. All these creek mouths here on Tennessee River, they're all prime spots because fish periodically move into the creeks to feed. And if you got bait sitting in the creek mouths and you put enough time into it, you eventually get bit. So places like that, I mean, if you give a spot like that 2 or 3 hours and you haven't been bit, it could be the 4th hour that all them fish move through and you just got every rod going down. And that was kind of what I experienced that year and even now, you know, oftentimes when I go out and still I'll fish a spot for the duration of my trip, is you'll have a lot of downtime, just nothing going on. And then you'll have a feeding window, 20, 30 minutes, where you're just getting hit nonstop. And that's those fish becoming active and working through. And when the bite's on there, it's on. So to answer your question, I don't really think you can give a good spot enough time. But if it's a spot like say a rock pile, for instance. Let's say you're on a ledge and you're fishing a rock pile. Places like that, there's either fish there or there's not. And so if you pull up and there's no fish there, you're not getting bit, move on. But if it's a place like a deep point, creek mouth, places where fish will move through, you can spend your whole trip there. That's the long-winded answer for you. But great question. R. Scott Davis, no, I ain't fished the Missouri River. Scott, West Texas, says that water looks perfect for skiing. Yeah, there'll be some wakeboarders out here before long. You watch and see. Boy, how much comments did I miss here while I was on that long answer? A bunch of them. Billy Daughtry says, hi, Justin. Great job on the Florida videos. Love the shark fishing video. You're an inspiration to all us handicapped catfishermen. Well, thank you, Billy. I had a really good time down there in Florida. I wish those videos got more views because I'd love to do that kind of thing more frequently. I just don't get a lot of, my audience don't seem to have a lot of interest in that kind of stuff on the whole. There is talk, though, of next winter maybe going down for a month and hooking up with Elias V fishing down there and splitting the cost and shacking up together somewhere down in the Keys for a month or two and just fishing January, February, when it's cold, miserable here, go down there and just in the 70, 80 degree temperatures and catch fish every day. So that may happen. May not post videos from it, but it may happen. Music City Man in the house. This is how we doing catching. Yeah, we got a couple. We got a flathead and a blue, both fun size. I missed 3 bites before that, but it's probably been, gosh, I don't know, probably an hour, I guess, since we've had a bite. Bumblebee says, if you make it to the Keys, try some bonefish fishing. People proud of them bonefish down there, man. I see people trying to catch them on the fly rod and stuff. I mean, I guess they're cool fish. I don't really see the appeal. That's a lot of things with them saltwater fish, like that guy that come up and give me bait on the jet ski while I was down there shark fishing. He was like, man, over here, there's tarpon and stuff. And I've caught tarpon before. I went down to Puerto Rico a few years back and caught some tarpon. And they're great, but boy, I mean, everybody in Florida hates them sharks, but if I had my choosing of what I'd fish for down there, I'd go after them sharks. If the weather was calm, I'd get out in the ocean and try to catch sailfish. But if the winds are up and you can't get out, in the ocean, I'd just get out there in the intercoastal and catch them sharks and have a dang good time every day. Bradley says, do your Golly Whopper poles break down? They do. The handles break down. They're one-piece rods from the handle to the tip, but the extendable handles screw on and off. Susan Hudson says, I watched you fishing for shark. It was too cool. Fishing for sharks in a kayak will be an adventure. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait till the day where I hook into one as big as a kayak. That could happen at any time. William Morris talking about them big old channel cats. Anthony Clifford said he enjoyed watching the shark videos. Well, thank you, Anthony. Smack Evans says sharks are like catfish. I mean, it's the same setup for them. My kind of fishing. It's probably why I liked it so much. Chiro Fisherman says, wish I could do a live video for cats out here in California because most people don't even know we have triple digits out here. But our lakes are too small, and I like being the only catter most days. Hey, man, I tell you, if you start posting that on YouTube, you'll have a lot of California catfishermen. If people know they're there, they'll be fishing for them. Ryan Mower says, thanks for the videos. Well, thank you, Ryan. Chiro Fishman says, thank you for the content. Yeah, man. Well, y'all, the sun's going down. It is down there over the horizon. I'm probably going to start packing up here in a few minutes. How long have we been live now? What time is it? Man, it's staying daylight till 6:40. How awesome is that? Next week we got the time change too, so it'll be 7:40. It's spring's coming, y'all. It's time. That's awesome, man. Oh, fishing Big Mike, man. You got his attention with them 100-pounders in California. I remember seeing an article years ago. I think it was maybe in Fisherman Magazine. Speaking of In Fisherman, I just did an interview with them this week. There'll be an article coming out here later on in the summer. But I remember seeing an article, and I think people were catching big channel cats out there in California. Seemed like somebody was doing it on ultralight rods or IGFA something or another. I can't remember. It's been a long time. I'm going to check my lines here. Let me put my glasses up too. It'll get dark here on the bank and I won't be able to see what I'm doing. I didn't bring my light. Fortunately, I'm fairly close to the ramp fishing here. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to fish this spot tonight. Oh, look right here. Well, we got a fish right there. Y'all didn't tell me. Y'all been watching them rods and didn't tell me we had a fish on. Doggone your hides. What do I pay you all for? Oh, he swam through my other line over there. I'm gonna need y'all to do better. When you watching the rods, you gotta tell me I got fish on. This fish, he's probably been on there an hour. We didn't even know about it. Come on, fishy. I think he's in that, the other rod over there is wiggling, but I think this fish is in that line. He's definitely made a run. I'm gonna do some finagling here with that other rod. He ain't in that other line in this rod yet. I may have to go. I may be able to just pull him up here under that line, possibly. Well, it looks like we're gonna get 3 fish on the live stream at least. He's a digging, man. I don't think he's too terribly big, but he's got some fight. Yeah, he come out of that line there, thank goodness. I'll try to keep him out of this other one. Yeah, I believe that's another blue cat. So we got 1 flathead and 2 blues landed. Yeah, that's another fun sizer right there. Come here, kitty, you caught now. Hey, you caught. You come over here. Show yourself off to the audience here. Oh goodness, come here, fishy. You little ugly thing, your mouth's tore up. Listen here, he's been kissing on them women with chapped lips, it looks like. You shouldn't be kissing on chapped lips women. They tear you up and you get a mouth that looks like that. Oh, come on. Pop out of there, Hook. Well, he wasn't coming free, that's for dang sure. Goodness gracious, I gotta get the pliers on this one, y'all. Bear with me. Taking the fish and the rod and everything over here. Where's them old pliers at? Got me some new pliers here. It's Mustad sent me some pliers and shears, and they hooked me up. They're pretty nice. I still can't get that dang hook out. There we go. Goodness gracious, he wasn't coming free. Well, there he is. I'm just going to hold him out there. Old fun sizer. Every fish we've caught today has been fun size. That's good. We'll see you. Watch him come back up to the shore too. Now that one took right off. He's got more sense than them other fish. He's smarter than his friends. Well, for those of you that have stuck around here to this point, you got to see another fish landing. I ain't gonna cast this rod back out though, because I ain't gonna fish but just a few more minutes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this one up. Yeah, these rods, not to put on my used car salesman jacket again, but these rods, man, doing what I do today, you know, having the short handle in the kayak when I'm fishing in the kayak, but then when I pull up on the bank like I have here this afternoon, this longer handle, the short handle's great for setting down, but boy, you can't cast with it. But this makes it so easy to be able to get some better cast and lob these baits out, and love it. Finally got a rod for the rest of us. For those of us that just don't fit the norm. Y'all though, you failed me. You were supposed to tell me that fish was on the line. You didn't. I can't count onions for nothing when it comes to telling me about these rods. We're gonna have to come up. I need to do one of them bell things, like the clothespins and the bells. We'll have them jingle bells there telling me that we got a fish bite. Let me scroll on down. I seen another. What I say? Fizz Bang, $20 says awesome content. You know, I forgot to dedicate that fish to somebody. Fizz Bang, that fish was for you. I hope you were watching when I landed it, buddy. Thank you for that super chat. R. Scott said it was too grainy to see your rod tips. That's a terrible excuse there, Mr. Davis. Terrible excuse. That fish, he knocked some slack in my line too when he got in them. Yeah. Well, y'all, I guess I'll probably start wrapping it up here. I feel like it looks lighter. I feel like it looks more daylight on the screen right now than what it actually does out here in real life. It must be my phone camera or something. That is a hell of a view over there though, ain't it? Strider Shadow says it's hard to tell with the shaking camera work. Yeah, that's fair. I have been holding this camera tonight. You can blame me, I guess. If you want to, you can blame me for y'all missing the fish. Bumblebee says, time for dinner. Thank you for hosting, Justin. Thank you to the other moderators. Absolutely. Thank you all. Thank you to all my moderators, man. Y'all make my life easy on here. Hey, thanks for checking in when you can there, Terry. Fishing a family tradition. I appreciate having you on here, man. Terry's been watching me for a long time. Mr. Catfish himself says, what size line do you usually use, leader, and what's your go-to knot for attaching to the swivels? Because I'm sure the knotless or snell or for the hooks. Yeah, I just use a clinch knot for attaching my leaders to the swivels and my main line to the swivels. And as far as the line goes, I use 40-pound test main line and 80-pound leaders. There's Curtis Large, Catfish Club member, says, Man, what have I missed? Phone died on the way home. Hope you got to put one of those rods to the test. Yeah, we've caught 3 fish out here, Curtis. I just landed a blue a minute ago, and got 2 blues total and a flathead. All have been kind of in that fun size range. Metal Face Hurdle, a 10 spot, says, Justin, I love your content, and you are the one that got me into kayaking. Thank you. Well, thank you for that super chat, buddy, and I'm sorry I've cost you money by getting you into kayak fishing. It's not a cheap sport anymore with all the kayaks now and accessories and all that, so I'm glad you're enjoying it though. Jonathan M says, you're a legend. I answer my phone with your intro. That's awesome. I think that rod got hit. I think that rod right there got bumped, y'all. Right here at the witching hour. I ain't got my light. Oh, something hit me. That's when I'll get bit. We'll cut this live stream off and I'll go to reel up my lines, and that's when the fish will hit without fail. That's what happened. I was over there in South Carolina, I was fishing palmetto cats. And we went live there on my last night and was skunked, man, and the wind was cranking. Wasn't catching nothing, and we cut the live stream off, and I go to reel in my lines, I had a largemouth bass on there. Like, doggone it, why couldn't I have reeled in my lines before I ended the stream? Average Outdoorsman says, you ever fish at night? I do some, but with YouTube, my views just aren't as good at night, so I try to go during the day now. Hey, we'll see you next time, Penny in Kentucky. Thanks for stopping by. I see an apple seed, so it sure is pretty out there. I guess I should turn that way so y'all can. Puts a shadow on my face, but the view's better. James Durham, he says, let's see if you are a gentleman or not. Can you tell me the exit for Wathbab or the Tennessee River? Watts Bar, maybe? I don't know what you're saying there. There's numerous exits. I don't know if you own I-75 or if you own I-40, but there's numerous exits. It's Watts Bar. If you're talking about Watts Bar, there's 70 miles of the Tennessee River within Watts Bar, so there's tons of exits. Off S says he's watched me for 2 years and loves every one of my lives. Well, thank you, buddy. Pontoon Jody says she loves her hat and thanks for signing it. Well, thank you for wearing it, Jody. You look great in it. I think everybody looks great in a Kayak Catfish hat, but you especially do. Art Vance, as he was telling his 91-year-old dad about all the nice stuff on your kayak, he was amazed about your motor. Yeah, that kayak, man, I've got it rigged out. I got this one rigged to the max, you know, motor, live scope, big bait cooler, you know, anything I could possibly want to do, I've got this kayak rigged out. And my other kayak I'm keeping just very lightweight, minimalist, super simple, just trying to keep it just a grab and go type rig. Anthony Clifford says, thanks for the fun time fishing with you this evening. George Blanchett says, I'm getting a bite. I thought I was. I thought I had one on that rod. I thought the rod tip had moved a minute ago, but ain't nothing happening now. Nathan Jordan says, when's the next video? Probably Monday. I'll probably have the next one out Monday. Off S says, we need more mouse's ear stories. Yeah, I don't know if the girlfriend wants me telling them stories. Colton Frizzle says, do a video on your kayak, specifically the motor. Yeah, my plan is to do some, a couple videos. Once we get on into spring and my views are, you know, worthwhile posting videos again, is to do some walkthrough videos on my kayaks. I had done one on this kayak, I think a couple years back when I got it, but I've added a bunch of stuff since then, so I need to do an update on it, and then I need to do one for my other one too, just to kind of show both off. Show one that's rigged to the fullest and one that's just super simple, just the basics of what you need. Kim Smothers Langley, $10, a 10 spot. Thank you so much, Kim. She says, Jeremy and Kim again, Justin. Thanks for the shout out to our girls earlier and your messages this morning. We are officially joined up today. Can't wait to see where you go from here, only up from here. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, Kim had a defective shirt. She got it from Teespring, and that thing looked great when she worked at the Catfish conference, and she sent me a picture today after she washed it, and all the paint come off of it. And I was like, boy, I said some cuss words when I seen it, because I thought, man, what a crappy job they did. But hopefully they'll take care of it. If they don't, Kim, I will. I'll send you one and make sure you're taken care of. But hopefully it's just an isolated incident. I haven't seen that happen with anybody else's. I've got a couple hoodies there that I've wore for 2 years or more now, and they're a little faded from all the washing, but still looking good overall. But we'll get you taken care of one way or the other. Well, thank you for that super chat. Daniela Pookie says, how about a half hour more out there? Well, if I had a light, I would. I didn't bring my filming light tonight, and we're running out of daylight. Oh. I can't hardly see. I swear it looks lighter on the screen than it does out here. Maybe I'm just going blind. I thought this rod got bumped. No, I'm imagining things. I'm imagining things, I guess. Philip H. has just walked in the door, definitely running out of light. Ben says, when's the Catfish Conference normally? It's in February in Louisville, Kentucky, and I think they added one this last year in Kansas City, but I don't know when the official time or if they're going to be doing that again or not. Kenneth Evans says he had to leave before I caught anything and just got back. See, that was the problem, Kenneth. We caught the fish while you were gone. You were the jinx. But yeah, we've caught 2 blues and a flathead out here. Nathan Jordan says, can you turn your camera to 360? No, not on my phone here. Can't do that. Chiro says, what was the bait of choice today? Skipjack. George Blanchett says, be safe on way back to the ramp. Absolutely. There's Chris with Hooks and Hammocks. He says October 2022 for the Kansas City Conference. Well, guys, the moon's coming up over there. I think I'm going to pack it in and go to the house and figure out if the girlfriend's cooking me dinner tonight or if I got to bribe her into taking me out somewhere. I got to get up early in the morning and catch me some fish before the wind kicks up tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening, got to do a little celebrating because your favorite YouTuber here has got a big day. It's my birthday tomorrow, turning the big 4-0. Tonight is my last night of my 30s, so got to make it count. I had a hell of a run in my 30s. People always told me that the 30s would be the best years of my life, and I believe that to be true, but I'm feeling pretty good, got good health. Got a great job here, I guess if you call it here, with the YouTube thing. So looking forward to my 40s. Feeling like we're going to start them off with a bang. Heck yeah, I'm seeing all the happy birthdays coming in. Heck yeah. Palmetto Cat says, welcome to the 40s. He's been there a while. He knows all about it. But, so yeah, that's the plan. Y'all do a little celebrating tomorrow night, and then you know, next week, who knows, with the wind the wind will be the wild card for me next week as to how much I get to fish. When the wind's 30 plus miles an hour, like it's calling for some days, it kind of knocks me out of getting out of in the kayak. But I'll go when I can, or I may be able to find somewhere else to go with weather it's a little better. I don't think we got any fish on any one of these rods left that I got out, so I reckon that's probably a pretty good time to end it. Thank you to everybody for all the happy birthday wishes. I appreciate you. I hope to have a lot more birthdays. I like to feel like, you know, if I'm 40, hopefully I'm just now hitting middle age maybe. I like to think I got at least half my life left if everything goes according to plan. All right, guys, well, I'm going to reel in these lines and take it to the house, but thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. Thank you for all the super chats. It's been a fun evening for me. I like just kicking back on the bank here, and y'all sitting here and fishing with me makes time go by a heck of a lot better when I'm just waiting on fish to bite. So thank you all so much. God bless the troops out there. Trying times, you know, with this war situation. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but you know, I hope y'all are staying safe wherever you're at. But anyway, guys, let's go to the house. Happy birthday to me. I'll see you next time.